This podcast is brought to you by the Deluxe Edition Network. To find more great shows on our network, head over to theden.show.
What's the matter, Danny? Something you don't like?
Low Spectre gunships, daylight instead of night, late afternoon when they're all fucked up on cot. Only part of the city of D come out a serious counterattack on short notice. What's not to like?
Life's imperfect.
Yeah, for you two, circling above it at 500 feet, it's imperfect. Not on the street, it's unforgiving.
Your wish has been granted. You're going out today.
You're fucking me.
You're taking my place, Assistant 60 Gunner. Sergeant Eversman said to get your stuff and get ready. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
We got a Black Hawk down, we got a Black Hawk down.
You know what I think? It don't really matter what I think. Once that first bullet goes past your head, politics and all that shit just goes right out the window.
Can you guide the convoy in there?
Roger that.
We'll move quick. Whole damn city be coming down on top of them.
I cannot believe this shit. Turn us around, Maddox.
They're trying to get us all fucking killed, aren't they, sir?
Just get it over with. Drive! God damn! Get us out of here, goddamn it, drive!
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're locked and loaded. Any skitties come around these corners, you watch our backs.
Hey, where's the rescue squad?
We're it.
Can't go back up there. Thomas, everyone feels the same way you do. All right? It's what you do right now that makes a difference.
You have the power to kill but not negotiate. In Somalia, killing is negotiation. Do you really think if you get General Adid, we will simply put down our weapons and adopt American democracy? That the killing will stop? We know this. Without victory, there can be no peace. There will always be killing, you see? This is how things are in our world.
Well, shall we?
Hey, everybody. I know you're used to hearing Lenny go ahead and do the intro. We're going to do things a little bit different for this series. We're going to be doing, throughout the month of May, we're going to be doing what we're calling the War is Hell series and doing a focus on truth-based films, focusing on American soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, and the experiences they've gone throughout beginning of America all the way through modern day. Tonight we're joined by Chase, Ron, Ragnar, man, myself, Stu, and to let you guys know that these episodes are probably going to be a lot more serious than you guys are typically used to hearing from us. But if you're still looking for our normal jackassery, go ahead and listen to our Wednesday episodes. We're going to be dropping episodes of our normal stuff in between. But for Memorial Day and for throughout the month of May, we're going to be focusing on the war fighting series.
And a little bit into June.
Oh, that's right. It will be.
Yeah, it'll be probably about first or second week of June. So
yeah. The first film we're going to be doing is Black Hawk Down. And I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to Ron to give us some background information on it.
Black Hawk Down is directed by the great Ridley Scott, who has done amazing movies, and I'm still surprised to this day that he's never won an Oscar yet. He was nominated multiple times, but has not won yet. But he's also directed Gladiator. He's directed the sci-fi horror film Alien. He's done Blade Runner. He's done G.I. Jane. I mean, he's done a great amount of films, and this is also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. The film cast that we have in this movie is amazing, by the way. It's a huge cast with a lot of actors that were unknowns at the time or not as well known, and they've come even better. So we have Josh Hartnett, we have Ewan McGregor, Tom Sizemore, Eric Bana, William Fichtner, Ewan Bremer, Sam Shepard, Ron Eldard, Jason Isaacs, Tom Hardy, Brian Van Holt, Jeremy Piven, and Orlando Bloom, and so much more. It's a huge cast. So, but they all do such a great job in this movie. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off back to Stu to show us the drink.
Okay. So the drink we're doing for today's episode is from Virginia Distillery Company. It's an American single malt whiskey. The title of it is Courage and Conviction.
Perfect for the perfect.
Exactly. I was walking through the liquor store and trying to figure out something that's good. I wanted, a nice, good drink.
Yeah.
For this to pay honor to the sacrifice. I saw this and I was like, that's it. That's it right there. So according to the can that it comes in, and I say can because it comes in this weird fucking tube. It's really nice, but it's a weird fucking tube.
It's pretty well known for a lot of top shelf whiskeys to be in stuff to be in containers like that.
Yeah. So they describe it as having notes of caramel and butterscotch. Our flagship American single malt evolves on the palate with hints of bright red fruit, raspberry, cocoa, barrel spice, and vanilla. The finish is creamy and exceptionally smooth. I'm hoping it lives up to what it says. I really am. And one thing I'm asking is, while we go ahead and, since it's a sipping whiskey, instead of giving our initial, gut first reactions, you're like, this is good, or that's smooth, or whatever. Let's go ahead and use this as a moment of silence for all the soldiers who did not make it home, or came home and were not right afterwards. We're not the same. For their sacrifice, for the courage they had on that horrible day, and the conviction that they all had to make sure no one was left behind. Prost.
Cheers.
Old school.
I know that was, thrilling radio, but I felt that it needed to be done. All right, so let's go ahead and start it out with Chase. What's your opinion?
2 thumbs up. When I initially smelled this, I was expecting something that was going to be actually initially repulsive. There was some very deep tones to it, which usually don't set well with me, but this is very well balanced. Got, like you said, the caramel, you can really feel taste come through, and it's exceptionally smooth. I'm not going to say it's, Suntory Yamazaki, like 12-year malt, but it is very smooth, and I would absolutely drink this. I mean, probably nightly if I had it. This is an exceptional whiskey. 2 thumbs up, 100%.
2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I can actually really taste the notes of butterscotch in there, and it's very smooth. This is a very nice, just relaxing type of whiskey. You just sit back and just relax and just sip it slow. Don't like take it down. Just like, sip on it. This is great. This is a fucking beautiful drink. I love it. I love the taste of it, and the color and everything. Good choice. Very good choice. How about you, Ragnar?
Give it a 2. It's one of those ones to where you can sit back, enjoy, have a cigar.
Yes.
And enjoy your night. Or have this after you come back from being in the field and decompress over everything that fucking happened.
You guys nailed it out of the park, in my opinion. 2 thumbs up. I'm really caught back by when they described, the finish is smooth and creamy. It really is.
Yeah.
I was not
Kinda
expecting
spot
it.
on.
Yeah. I was really surprised by that, because a lot of times you'll see people make a lot of claims about their stuff all hoity-toity like and shit like that, and you don't really taste it. But this one nails it out of the park. Great job, Virginia Distillery. Great fucking job.
One thing I'd like to try it with is I like to try it neat without rocks. Because we are all drinking this on the rocks right now to have that chill, but I'd like to try this out neat.
I'm also looking forward to seeing how this flavor profile progresses.
Yes.
Taking advantage of being on the rocks, letting that kind of water it down.
It'll probably get a little smoother.
Exactly,
bring up different notes.
Because a lot of them, like cheaper whiskeys, as it gets watered down, it just gets bitter.
Yeah.
And gross. I think this is going to fill out very nicely.
Yeah. So, once again, great job. I'm glad everybody is in agreement with me on this.
Good choice, Stu.
I
Good
think
choice.
this is going to be becoming a mainstay at my home. I'm very surprised.
Might I ask how much this was?
It was about $70 for what was that, 750 milliliter?
That's not bad, actually.
No, it's not.
I was expecting that to be a whole lot more, actually.
No, I mean, it's top shelf, standardized top shelf whiskey, and runs about par with a lot of other top shelf whiskeys. There's definitely whiskeys that are a lot fucking cheaper. There's definitely fucking whiskeys that are a lot fucking more expensive.
Yeah.
But I think for the price point, it's fucking good.
I think it's on par with a lot of the ones that are probably about $50-$60 cheaper.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
more expensive. Yeah. I'm very pleasantly surprised because I was worried this is gonna be one of those ones that they dropped all the fucking. You're paying for the packaging. You're not paying for the fucking drink.
Yeah.
And
you'll see it on.
It's a good looking bottle too. I'm gonna have the picture on Instagram. Yeah.
And the first time I saw the bottle was when I got here. It's like, cause I wanted to experience this with the rest of you guys. So I hadn't even opened it out of the container until I saw it, and it's a nice looking bottle. It really is.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now that we went ahead and talked about all this, we're gonna be right back, everybody. See you soon. Okay, just wanted to, for full transparency's sake, just let everybody know the way I'm going to be hosting this episode. We are going to be talking about the movie some. I think we're going to be all in agreement, about the accuracy of the film, our interpretations. I mean, honestly, there is no real interpretations to be had. This is truth. This is the first probably modern day war film, military film that had so much fucking data to draw from. So much, recordings, reports, everything, to draw from, to paint a true picture. So I think, once again, interpretation doesn't fucking matter because it's truth. Whether you like it or not, it's fucking truth.
Right.
I think we're all in agreement on that. But my gut tells me all of our opinions on this film are going to be pretty high. So there isn't a lot to dissect about this film, and it would be a disservice to the film to try to break it down, beat by beat, because there is not even a plot, a traditional quote unquote plot. It's just a telling of a mission that went fucking sideways.
It's a time in our history.
Yeah, and it's just a report of that. So I think we're going to be talking, some about the score. We're going to be talking about some about the acting, some of the characters that we most identified with or respected, their emotions or actions during the film. But I think I'm going to use this platform to actually do more of a case study, how one single day can affect the next 30 years of American warfighting, of policy, and look at the history that came after this. And then also talk about the stuff that wasn't, approaching the film, talking about some of the different viewpoints and how history is written by the victors, and do a case study on that. So if you guys, or once again, I said in the beginning of the intro, this isn't going to be our normal typical show, but also I think it would be a disservice to not use this platform to study, what came afterwards. We have 90 plus episodes at this point that we would love all you guys to listen to and stuff like that, if this might not be your cup of tea. And no judgment, no shit talking. We understand that this is not what you guys are typically used to from us, and so we absolutely understand.
Like Stu said, we will have on Wednesdays our regular type of episodes every Wednesday. This Wars Hell series is going on, so you can either listen to this or you can listen to both of them. We'd love you to listen to both of them, but if this, like you said, it's not your cup of tea, mug of beer, whatever it is, listen to the Wednesday episodes and be entertained by those. But like I said, we are doing this because we want to, and we felt like it needed to be done, especially for Memorial Day month.
Yeah, this show is made up of some of us are veterans, some of us are family, to veterans. Some of us are just very respectful of our American servicemen and women, and so that's why we're going to be more serious and respectful of this batch of films. And want to thank you guys who decided to stay with us and listen to it, to honor us by listening to our honoring of our people. And I'm not just talking about the people that were on the front lines. I'm talking about all the support crew, all the family members of these people. This isn't, no battle is won by a single person. It's an entire squad, entire battalion, entire military force, and all of their families and support of these. And even if you don't have direct family members, just by your supporting of the military and the American way as a whole allows the military to do what it does. Let's go ahead and start talking about some of the film stuff first, because that's what we primarily are. We are a film and alcohol abuse podcast. So I know Ron,
alcohol consumption.
To
Abuse
a point.
is if it's
More
still
of me
true.
when it comes to punishment shots. Yeah.
Chase is absolutely abuse.
Absolutely.
Because he uses the shit out of his fucking liver. And Ron abuses the English language.
Words are hard.
There you go.
And then there's us.
Yeah.
Shut
We're
up.
professionals.
Damn right.
So Ron has had a hard on to talk about the film score. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this off to him first.
Yes, dude. No, Hans Zimmer's score. Hans Zimmer's score is fucking beautiful for this. I love Hans Zimmer. He's probably one of the most well-known movie composers of our time. He's come out with so many great scores, coming out from like Gladiator, which is also directed by Ridley Scott, The Lion King, which he won an Oscar for, Prince of Egypt, Inception. He's done so many great films.
Don't forget Halo.
Oh, he did the series for Halo?
For the games.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But for this score, as you can hear it right now, this is a fucking beautiful score. He experimented and collaborated with other musicians from Africa to get the sound, and he called the room that they jammed in while they were making this score the War Room. They did such a beautiful, this is such a beautiful score, and also there's some intense moments, especially when in the battle with the fucking guitars and everything. It just sounded so good. Hans Zimmer is a master at scores, master at epicness, and this movie is very epic. It's very powerful. It tugs at your heartstrings, and he does such a great job doing it. So, but yeah, that's Hans Zimmer right there.
Yeah,
He does
it's
a
fucking gorgeous.
Great job with it. He really did.
The emotional impact was on fucking point. It didn't take away from what any of the people were doing, but it just highlighted, the choices that they were having to make, the actions they were having to do.
The one thing I still wanted to touch on the score. One thing I wanted to part was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. The score part is the part when they're going between the buildings, and you hear the fucking bell in the score, and the powerful the piano and everything, and the drums when they're being shot at, when they're going through the streets. That scene is so powerful, especially when that gunner gets shot up, and they said somebody manned the gun, and Eric Bana's character Hoots climbs back on that gun and starts shooting at all of them. It's
Get on the 50.
Beautiful score right there. So I just wanted to remind you that was an amazing. It fit for the movie so perfectly.
And I just realized I really didn't give a quick elevator pitch on what the fuck this movie is. I just moved with the assumption that everybody knows. For the ones that don't, this is a film that takes place at the Battle of Mogadishu in Somalia. Back in 1991.
93.
I thought it was 91.
93.
Okay. Good job.
It was 93?
For some reason, I really thought it was 91.
Well,
so back to the quick rundown. So this just tells a story of we were on a quote unquote humanitarian mission in Somalia to go up against a warlord in the region named Fadid, who was hoarding the food from the local populace on a peacekeeping mission along with the UN and numerous other countries.
That's how it started.
Yeah. It was supposed to be just a few weeks, the entire from start to finish.
Well,
3 weeks start to finish.
But indeed, he started targeting the UN peacekeepers, and that's what brought on this particular operation.
Yes. So this tells the story of what was supposed to be basically a 1 hour in and out pickup of a handful of higher value targets to interrogate and find out more information.
And the mission was only supposed to last about an hour, wasn't
it? From start to finish.
Yeah.
From leaving base to return to base, an hour. Then shit went sideways due to one defining incident.
Kid.
Yeah. One fucking defining incident of an RPG attack on a helicopter that caused the helicopter to have to bank, but it was at the same time somebody was fast roping down, and then they had to divert resources to transport that person to hopefully seek recovery. which thereby opened the doors to everything else that went wrong. And we lost 2 Black Hawk helicopters during this whole thing, and a 1-hour operation turned into basically almost a
48 hours.
What was the
almost 48 hours?
What was the name of the other bird other than Black Hawks? What were the name of the other ones? The smaller ones that were they were just called birds, or
They're called little birds.
little birds? Yeah,
Death eggs, if you will.
They reminded me a lot of the Hueys.
Yeah.
They are not Hueys. They are those are little birds exclusively manned by the Night Stalker SOAR unit.
But it reminded me of a lot of the Huey design, the overall platform design. It did. It looked like a smaller version of the Hueys. And the way I saw
they
them.
were utilized in Vietnam, but they are so very different from the Hueys.
Okay.
They're more similar to the civilian Sikorskys that are often used for touring.
They are.
But yeah, the Huey is actually just basically a shortened version of the Black Hawk. They have a very wide body.
Okay.
And
you're right. Now I'm thinking about it. You're right. Yeah.
Those little birds are just like I said. They're death eggs. And
they only have one purpose.
By the way,
no, they do not, dude.
No,
they're used for evac. They're used as gunships. They're used for fast roping.
I'm sorry, not one purpose. Their main purpose is to infill and exfil.
I mean, because they're so lightweight,
very small.
They have a lot of acceleration. They have a really good acceleration speed. But yeah, they are exclusively used by SOAR units, the Night Stalkers.
They were 2-person. They were manned by 2 pilots, right?
That's
just
correct.
2. Compared to the Black Hawks, where they can.
Yeah, Black Hawk is capable of, I believe that is up to 8-man crew, where the Little Bird is a 2-person crew. However, they are capable of lifting an additional 4 on running boards.
Oh, okay.
Because they will actually be Little Birds. They will actually utilize a harness system where they have personnel on the running boards. That is some pretty intense shit when they're doing that, actually.
Quick interruption. We just did a second round of our drinks, and I just wanted to ask everybody, how do you all feel like it being neat compared to being on the rocks? Does it taste any different? Because
it does a little bit. My personal preference, I mean, I can drink it fucking straight all day long.
Yeah.
My personal preference, I do like my whiskey. I prefer a chill to it.
Yeah.
So instead of ice, uses stones.
Yeah. Or just
because that doesn't water it down.
You keep it in the freezer.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple. Then you can just pour.
But I'm not gonna lie.
But it's get the chill
creaminess, you can definitely, the smoothness and the creaminess is a whole lot different compared when it's on the rocks. I actually like it this way.
Yeah.
So let's identify that. First of all, you went ahead and refilled my glass when I still had booze in it, knowing that I'm lightweight.
It's habit.
Okay, well, anyway, so mine's still half watered down, but I will tell you, when the 2 ice cubes melted completely, it really did bring out a lot of fullness to that cream ending. And the butterscotch was really brought out by it. I know you guys finished it before your ice really melted.
I think all 3 of us finished ours. Yours were still like halfway.
Right. But for those of you out there that do like to enjoy whiskey over time, that does let the flavor profile change with ice, this is a fantastic choice because it really does change quite a bit about it.
So you're saying
smoother.
Ron needs to go grab you some ice cubes?
No, we're fine. Okay, I'm enjoying it like this because I actually enjoy my whiskey warm or room temp.
Yeah.
But I know that there are connoisseurs out there that are like whiskey stones all the way. If you're not using whiskey stones, you're fucking up the flavor because you're letting water in it. And then you have a whole nother school of thought that's I like the ice cubes because it changes the flavor over time, and it's a very
waters
good
it
experience.
down.
And like that, I'm not saying either way is right or wrong. I just prefer it chilled. That's all. That's all I care about. I like all my drinks chilled. I don't even drink fucking hot coffee before fucking lukewarm or fucking iced coffee. I just don't like hot drinks.
Yeah.
To me, that's a personal preference. And then you have other people like Ron who just wrong all the time about everything they say.
Thanks, Stu. I really appreciate that.
I had to.
Yeah, I'm always wrong.
Exactly. Wrong.
Shut up.
Just before we get into this, I would like to get a shout out to the Night Stalkers unit. of the United States military. They are an exceptional flying force. They are really the only ones that are often unsung in high combat zones without being, everything they do is classified. Now, oftentimes it is, but the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment Airborne or SOAR unit, the Night Stalkers, are a fantastically equipped, fantastically skilled, and incredibly aggressive unit. And I just want to give a shout out to them because they are a fantastic branch that we utilize quite a bit in our operations.
Overall, this movie did a really good job of showing the cooperation of each of the different regiments, each of the different battalions. Whether you were
well, you could tell there was a little bit of
differentiation between
tension between them in the beginning.
There always is.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
When you have, it doesn't matter what branch you're in, you're going to have different skill sets and jobs. So with Rangers, right, you have your infantry, regular army,
11 Bravo,
and then you go to Ranger School, qualify, and if you qualify, right, you get your tab. Then you go to a Ranger unit. To progress further than that, you go on to Delta training.
Yeah.
Now, Delta is
Marine Corps Delta.
Huh?
If I
he said Army.
He said Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was saying, what are you questioning here?
Sorry,
Maybe I shouldn't have topped you off right there.
I think so.
By the way, we do have
Crystal
here in the Peanut Gallery to be the DD for Chase. We want to make sure he comes home okay. Just like all of our.
Since I
Like one drink and he's done.
Since I recently almost died.
We're just toughing you up.
Almost.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Hey, that's one thing. You'll start to get used to this stuff to the point where you'll be sensitized to it, and you'll be your body will get used to it.
Well, I've been doing this a while, and
you're becoming an alcoholic.
I'm waiting.
Alcoholics go to meetings. We're just drunks.
We're no fucking quitters.
We're just drunks. All right? That's okay. No. So, like I said, this film did such an amazing. I'm sorry, Ragnar. You were going on about
before I rudely interrupted.
Yeah. Ranger School, Delta.
So the difference is the training is completely fucking different. So you have your tier 1, you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and each one is a different branch. It's not a different branch, but a different job.
It's a different level of operation.
Yeah.
And so you've got Delta is tier 1. Rangers are tier 1, all right? But they are but they're below Delta Force. So in this time frame, Delta is in this movie and time frame, they're more of a cowboy. And the Rangers, you see their captain, he's very strict, and this is the way it is. This is the way it's going to be.
I think that's Jason
Stop
Isaacs
fucking
too.
around.
Yeah,
that's how Ranger operate. Delta completely different.
Yeah,
and you see that in the movie when they get pinned down. I'm sure you'll talk about that as well.
I mean, so overall, just the way I've always explained it to the average person. So you have the tier 1 operators, Delta, SEALs, so forth. They're a much smaller, specialized group. They're meant for quick in, quick out, more one-on-one or CQC, close quarter combat type situations, in and out, bam. Then you got the Rangers, who's a step back for them. So they will provide the exterior support for those missions. They're still trained to be going into a much heavier, environment. So let's say the typical Ranger or Delta will carry 6 mags.
Yeah.
The typical Ranger will carry 10 mags. They're meant for a longer combat environment.
They're more the grunts.
Right. So what you see,
grunts to me
that's
totally
different.
different. That's much. I don't want to say lower because I don't want to take away.
I got it. So grunts, as is termed a lot, is the 11 Bravos in the Army. They are the standard soldier, foot soldier. They go kick doors down, shoot whatever moves. Then you have the Rangers are above them. Essentially, you can think of 11 Bravo, the grunts, as this pretty much unstoppable, moving, lumbering force that just kind of washes over the battlefield. The Rangers are the arm that reaches out. And then you have Delta Force is what the Rangers call in to press really hard on this particular point that's in front of them.
Right. The Rangers hold the spear. The Delta is the tip of the spear.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good...
Rangers run into some shit, and they call QRF for Delta, and Delta comes in and alleviates the issue.
Yes. They're rolling heavy, rolling hard. 18 hours till deploy. 18 hours anywhere in the world.
Yep.
Period.
Which, when you are having a Ranger deployment, you are generally on standby to be in active on field within 20 to 30. Mm-hmm. So they call you in. Your job is, the Delta is generally, when things go correctly, done within 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
You're out, and Rangers continue rolling through.
And this is probably the first film that I remember showing such an accuracy to the cooperation. Yes, there's shit talking. There's shit talking between every branch.
It's the military. It wouldn't exist without it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
we don't. You're different than me. Fuck you. I'm the best. Fuck you. But then also, anybody who isn't inside of our circle, fuck them more. And
as a civvy, go ahead and try and talk shit in a military bar to a particular branch and see how quickly you get beat down to a pulp by everybody else.
I remember going through my tech in Keesler, Mississippi, which is an Air Force base, but a lot of Army sent their people for training there. A lot of Navy sent their training for electronics, to Keesler. A lot of Coast Guard, Marines, they sent a lot of their people for the specialized training there. So going out to the bars, local bars, so much fucking shit talk between one branch to the other. But then the second a fucking local opened their goddamn mouth, a beatdown was coming from all fucking branches.
Yeah.
It's coming down for that motherfucker right there. Just like, I will shit talk the fuck out of you, Ron. We're brothers and so like that. But somebody else fucking starts shit talking you. Oh, they're in for a world of fucking pain.
Right.
They do not have the right to fucking open their goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
And it's the same way in the military. So you saw the Rangers, not even looking down, but talking shit with the Deltas. And the Deltas basically saying fuck you and ignoring the fucking shit. But that is how it is. It's a very testosterone driven, male dominated.
But it still is the teamwork that they show. They still help each other out, and they still are there for each other, and that's what I respect. So even though they shit talk each other and they're different sides, they all still get together to help each other out.
Yeah, it's no matter what, it's there for the man beside you.
Yeah.
That's why we're there.
The job will get done.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It doesn't matter what our differences are between job titles and branches. If I have to go work with a handful of guys in the Air Force, I'm going to fuck with them. They're going to fuck with me.
Yep.
Our job will get done. We'll go out and drink afterwards.
Yeah.
So in this movie here, and even in real life for this show or for the movie, you see it. A handful of Rangers, shit talking a couple of Deltas. It's going to go back and forth. But at the end of the day, the job will get done. Everyone does come home. Unfortunately, not everyone comes home the way that you planned.
Nobody gets left behind.
It's part of the fucking job, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
All right. So, by the way, sorry about that. I just wanted to let you know. It looks like I was doing a little bit of research, and you had noted that the bump helmet, not the ballistic helmets, the old Mitch bucket that we all know and hate. The bump helmets worn by the Delta Force operators in this film. You were talking about you didn't think it was too accurate, and I just actually pulled up a couple pictures of some of the operating units from that from Operation Gothic Serpent, which is, for those of you listening, Operation Gothic Serpent was a 1993 operation that went sideways that inspired this whole movie.
Yeah.
But they are actually wearing those bump helmets in that, featuring a few comms devices as well as a proper mount for nods and stuff like that. But
I appreciate that, Chase, because what I would bring, obviously 93 was before my time of serving. So I can only go by some reports I was seeing, and the reports that I saw was they weren't standard, standard issue gear for the Deltas.
Certainly not standard, I'm sure, but I'm sure that was a operative choice as a weight saving option.
But most of the times when you see the operative choices, especially for tier 1 operators, it's Soldier 1 will have this sort of gear loadout. Soldier 2 will have this sort of gear loadout. To see all of the Delta boys wearing that helmet was a little
inconsistent.
Yeah.
I would definitely, because Delta is pretty much in control of what each of them. They get their own really big paycheck specifically for gear, and then they actually get their paycheck.
Yes.
And so that's kind of how that works. But no, what were you going to say right now?
Each operator, every unit goes through their gear list.
And
I know you know this.
Yeah.
My apologies to the civvies, to the most civilians out there. They may not be familiar with the term operator as a common reference to.
I think that's becoming a very it's coming to the point that it's overused, in my opinion,
in a particular group, but otherwise it is considered like a crane or heavy equipment operator. An operator in a military sense is any member of a special operations unit.
But it's being given out so commonly
in the tactical. I know exactly what you're talking about.
God damn, you're not fucking operators. Shut the fuck up.
I know what you're talking about.
God damn, you're this is a level of term of respect. All right, and now you're just trying to fucking take it on because you spend a fucking goddamn weekend.
We're not talking about Tommy Tactical. Yeah. We're talking about
exactly.
Yeah,
pisses me off so fucking much.
So each guy in the team has their loadout, and they all have it the exact fucking same way, down to their fucking bootstraps. So their fucking med pack is on the same side, their ammo pouch same place, strobe light same spot, everything that way. There you go down, I know where all your shit is because your shit is on the same side as mine.
That's not as accurate because of the fact that
nowadays, especially, they were still relatively uniform back then.
Okay, I'll give you that because even on the small tier 1 teams, you still have. All right, well, you're my sniper, you're my heavy gunner, you're my med man. And so they're going to have a different loadout.
Yeah. No. It's a different loadout for what your job is.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I thought
location.
Yes,
right. Location of everything.
IFAC and tourniquet locations. Tourniquet locations were optional, and they still are optional these days. But IFAC location is still 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock position.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right. They were standardized as 6 and 7 o'clock position because you're expected to go. You're going to get hit. You're going to go down on your face and have your ass up in the air. So you're 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock position on your belt. That's where your individual first aid kit or IFAC is going to be located because that is not something you use on somebody else. DOC is for that. IFAC is to be used on yourself. You carry everything you might want to have put on you if you have a hole put in you. But so, yeah, you're right. And they're going to be mostly standardized for ammo placement because, let's be real, there's not a whole lot of options to keep a bunch of magazines on you other than on your chest, or on your belt.
You're spot on that. And once again, we're delving into minutia levels now.
Sorry, I'm just kind of giving.
I'm entertained by just learning this because I'm learning from you guys on this because I don't know anything about this.
And I'm just kind of defining it for a lot of civilian or unfamiliar listeners, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing against you guys. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you understand a little bit more about this side of everything, maybe you can appreciate this movie more. Even
Okay, so I don't even know what we were talking about before it led us to this. We were talking about
we were talking about accuracies.
Yeah, how well it showed. The intercompany work. And I respected
the tension between Delta and the Rangers.
Yeah.
And so I think they did an amazing job at that. Also, another thing I think this film nailed is the different personalities of everybody.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Everybody.
That's the thing I noticed when I was watching this is because there were some soldiers that were like gung ho. They were ready to get in there. They were not afraid. They were ready to get in there, especially like Hoots, the character Eric Bana plays. But then you see Ewan McGregor, who's been more of a typewriter. He's been more of like
I won't
gonna say
Grimesy and Blackburn are gung ho.
Yeah,
for a reason.
Hoot. I'm not gonna say he wasn't afraid.
He's
not afraid. I think everybody would be afraid. They're just not going to show it. But what I'm saying, he has a lot more courage
in the face of fear.
Yes,
that is what courage is.
So what I'm saying is also like McGregor's character, the more of the office type character,
Right.
and how he is more. He keeps saying how he wants to be there. He wants to be in the war. But then right when he knows that he's going into the battlefield, you could tell that he's nervous.
Yeah, he's fucking scared shitless.
Yeah,
but he continues to soldier on.
And that's the thing. He actually shows that. He actually, in fact, one of the I think it was one of the Delta noticed how he was actually, doing his job right and everything else, and was with him all the way and was checking in on him and everything else because of that.
William Fichtner's character.
Yes, which I thought he did great in that role. When that RPG went off and he checked on him and everything. And,
that was amazing.
Fuck this.
I hear bells are ringing. Good man.
It was. It's such a great job from somebody who served. I recognize so many of these personalities.
Yeah.
I'm like, that reminds me of so and so. That reminds me of fucking so and so.
That's what I wanted to touch on is like PFC Blackburn and Ewan McGregor's Grimesy. These were you get that. It's the typical. I just came in the military. I went into the military wanting to fight shit. I went in the military wanting to be able to go out there and.
I've trained all my life for this.
Yeah, you're gung ho. You're ready to
be
kill.
all you can be.
Yeah,
you've trained 6 months.
You think
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you think you're ready to kill, and what it comes down to is you always hear the phrase, "Are you willing to die for this?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, sure." Are you willing to kill? That's a totally different question, and people don't think about it or have a concept of it until they're in the shit.
Yeah.
And you see PFC Blackburn and you see Grimesy that have never been blooded, if you will, in combat. They're gung-ho. They're ready to fucking go. They are pumped, excited, and they are craving violence, they think. And that is one thing that this movie does a very good job of is showing that character development throughout. Before you've ever seen anything like that, getting into it, once you realize it's real and it's actually going to happen, the anxiety, the fear, the trembling, we saw it very well in Grimes when he's trying to set up his loadout. He's grabbing nods. They're telling him not to worry about it. He's looking at everybody else, seeing what they're putting in. Are they taking out back plates? Are they, removing the ballistic plates and all this other stuff? And you see him, he's worried, he's nervous. He doesn't know if he needs to fit in with them or if he should be packing everything that he's been told to pack the whole time he's been. Because this man went through Ranger School. He hit buds. He got his tab.
Yeah.
And he's been typing on a computer ever since.
Because he's the one who could type.
Exactly. Yep. This mysterious rare skill.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a little funny.
I really like
early
that.
90s.
You're right. It was a very rare skill,
especially for a male. Not to be sexist or anything like that.
Yeah, but back then it was. You're right.
And I remember having to take typing class in fucking high school.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember that
as a requirement
because it wasn't something that was natural to everybody the way it is nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
Thing is, I don't even type like you're supposed to. I mean, because I remember that you're supposed to have using single fingers, but really you're supposed to have all your whole hand, both hands on certain parts of the keys and which ones are supposed to go on and everything. So
that's a class that's gone by the fucking wayside because the current generations, they've been raised with computers. They've been, from a super fucking young age, they're on it constantly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's now just an ingrained skill. But to see somebody like Grimes who had this skill that wasn't common at the time, that's not why he signed up to be a fucking ranger. He didn't sign up to be a coffee bitch. He didn't sign up to be a fucking secretary. He signed up to serve his fucking country in a a soldier capacity. Not that I'm taking away anything from any of these supports roles that they are, because they are support roles. They allow they allow the other people to do what they have to fucking do because we still need this shit done. Right. And so when Grimes had that opportunity to finally do what he signed up for, and so he fucking jumped on it, but yeah, he was still nervous as shit.
Exactly. He's terrified because you realize, oh my God, this is real.
Yeah.
I'm going into the shit. And for people who have never been in that situation, I'm not going to say you really need to, but it is a very unique experience, realizing that, everything you thought was badass before, it suddenly becomes visceral.
When it becomes reality.
Because we're so used to, in our 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, you really do think you're invincible. Rather, you don't think you're invincible. You just have no concept of mortality until you're looking at it. And you see that, and unfortunately, it's very well.
But they did such a great job of showing the different reactions to the mortality, and the different way they all face them. You had one who saying, "All right, tell my mom and dad that I fought bravely, that I fought, that I was brave and I did well." Then you had another one saying, "All right, I'm still in the fight. I'm still in the fight. I'm here. Yeah. I'm here. Don't you leave without me. Don't you fucking go into that next battle without me. I'll be ready to go in another couple."
You're talking about the one that was on the in the hospital bed, the one that he says, "I'm ready to go."
Technically, you're quoting two different scenes.
No, I'm saying it's showing the range of the different reactions to the mortality that they're all facing.
All right, guys, so we are back, and so me and myself was looking at the bottle as we were talking, and found out that the label on the bottle that we just drank.
There you go, bitch.
Fuck off!
All right, eat a dick.
It's
once again, fucking Navy. All right, can't fucking do anything. It's simple fucking science, bitch. All right,
we have a challenge coin. Is it a challenge coin, as you call it?
Yeah, that's the closest thing I would say. God damn it! Oh, you bitch! You bitch!
He lost it too.
Both of them came out.
Why did you give it to him? Motherfucking science! Motherfucking science! Goddamn chair force! Woo!
Why did you give this to me?
Because you asked for it.
No, I thought.
Yeah, give it here. Give it here. Let me see it. Let me see it.
So what is that? A challenge coin?
Yes. That's the closest thing I would interpret it as.
Is it engraved on both sides?
No.
I have to see if I have to buy more shit from fucking goddamn Virginia Distillery.
All right.
To see if that might be like a normal thing.
For the listeners,
the other one that you were looking at would be different. Might be different.
While I'm trying to find the other fucking magnet on this thing, why don't you describe to the listeners what a challenge coin is and what the
challenge
tradition
coin
is for it?
So every service member, whatever, it doesn't matter what your job is in the military, doesn't matter what your branch is, doesn't fucking matter. If you go into a bar,
hold on, lift it up, lift up the pillow again, lift up the pillow again. Pillow.
Why are you
pillow? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I saw something that's just fucking dirt from Ron's.
You seriously lost that magnet. I'm looking at the ground. I don't see it at all. He's like shining his flashlight. Crystal is like helping out here.
All right. So while they're looking for a fucking magnet, so a challenge coin. For those who don't know,
he lost the magnet.
I have the feeling it's on the chair, the base of the chair. It's all metal on the base of the chair. I have a feeling it's probably stuck to the back.
You're not going to. He's probably stuck to his fucking
on your
belt.
fucking crotch.
You don't know. It might be stuck to his cock ring. All right, you don't know.
Hey,
don't be judgy.
Prince Albert. All right,
exactly. His Jacob's ladder.
Okay,
you don't know what's going on.
Hey, no judgment. More power to you.
Fucking Chris Hills is like wide-eyed. It's like, when did he get that? Oh my God!
Surprise, honey.
Welcome to the show.
It's on the thing.
It looks like
they're both here.
It looks like a watch battery.
No, it's right here.
It looks
There's
like a
two
watch
of them.
battery.
They're on top of each other.
You fucking idiot. God. All right, Chase is officially cut off.
Crystal, I really appreciate your help.
Ron, you actually did something right for once. Thank you.
Don't lose the fucking magnets.
Should we applaud Ron?
Yes.
Even Crystal's hitting it.
Yes. Good job. Good job.
We couldn't even go to a fucking episode without goddamn jackassery, could we?
Nope. Nope.
No. God, we suck.
All right, so a challenge coin is just like it is. It's a coin, all right, that every service member and branch has. And what it is you go into the bar, and if there is other service members around, present, past, you slam your coin down on the bar. Whoever has a higher coin wins. But if you show up without a coin, you are buying round for every single swinging dick and tits that is there.
The highest ranking coin, drinks for free.
Yep.
Period. And then if you didn't have it, you're going fucking broke that fucking evening.
Yep.
All right. That is. It's just basically to say, one, that you've rubbed elbows with the high of the high.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
and
also
it's also a trade thing. People will trade these challenge coins between each other. Like I have a rather rare 84th Battalion EOD platoon challenge coin, which is actually fucking badass. It's a skull head with a crack going through it, and it's actually part bottle opener. And I think that one's badass, but I've never seen that one.
I just think it's cool that the bottle has one.
Yeah, my highest rank was from a 3-star general of in charge of DISA. That was my personal highest rank. To carry that bitch with me.
My personal highest one would be from the MCPON.
Ooh, that's nice.
And that's actually a
Now-
relief. That there,
I haven't had
that
any.
one there is.
That means you're
the
buying off all
size-
drinks, bitch.
Size it is fucking the rim of his glass.
Yeah.
Now
Silver.
They got ridiculous. They got
The
ridiculous
higher,
sometimes.
and it's funny too because the higher your rank, the more fucking ornate and ridiculous the fucking coin gets.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
So like,
Now-
And this is something you get all the way from basic all the way on. You get it. You get different challenge
I mean,
points.
you
And
got
like that.
guys in the service that have like hundreds of these things.
Actually, in the job I work, we had somebody who builds display cabinets, and so he drops off a display cabinet for challenge coins, which is fucking weird because it happened just this week, and we're talking about it now. Somebody in New York ordered a challenge coin display cabinet that held 1,200 fucking coins.
fuck.
I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! Wow, what the fuck?
Now I also have I do have another challenge coin that was it was a limited release. It was only for what was it 2009 was released at the Marine Corps Ball in Quantico only, and it is a gold-plated challenge coin.
Okay, but also, if you're talking about the Marine Corps Ball, I'm sorry, that's not a high-ranking
that's
coin.
not exactly, but
it may be a limited release, but it's not a high-ranking coin.
I'm not saying it's a high ranking. I just
like, oh, fuck you. You went to a
if
ball.
you want to try and slam that down on the table, go right ahead.
it was released at the ball. It was not a Marine Corps Ball coin. But the particular release I can't really say. But it was supposed to run for the whole year. It was only made for like 3 months though. It was pretty neat to have.
Yeah, I mean, challenge coins are really fucking a cool thing, that originated in the military.
That's definitely a cult thing.
It has proliferated to a lot of other industries.
Yes.
So like that, but it's all because of based on the military.
Yeah, some of the defense companies are releasing their own.
Yeah,
and trying to be.
They are. Okay, yeah. So I think another thing I wanted to ask you guys is which character, and I hate to use the word character because, like I said, this is all based on truth. Which service member did you either A, most identify with, or B, most respect in their actions?
See, I think that's a 2-part question because I feel like you can pick two different people.
I mean, you can, but there could be people that you might not particularly identify with.
Well, for my answer, it's kind of I'm going to give 3 soldiers actually. For who I more resemble or more connect to is Twombly and Nelson, the 2 guys that were left.
If you shoot that thing by my head one more time,
I love that. I love that so much. It showed such truth.
Yes.
Oh my God,
It really fucking did. Yes, we are trained soldiers. We are, and we're trained to try to anticipate this stuff. But guess what? We're still fucking human.
Yeah.
All right. Just the fact that even if they were running and that fucker fucking tripped and did a 360, I was like, yes, yes, I've seen that.
You know, in real life that shit does fucking happen.
No. The part when they start shooting at the other guy, and he just says, "Wait, fuck you guys! You're shooting at us," and he says. Well, come to us. It says, "Fuck you. You come to me." Exactly. Yeah, but
right after that,
I relate to that because me as Bron, I'm always the confused guy. I'm confused all the time. So I kind of relate myself to the Tom Hardy character of Twombly. I think it's Twombly was his
Twombly.
Yeah,
or Twombles,
where he was just confused and like, no, I think we were supposed to go, man. It's just. I see myself being that way. It's just getting confused. I mean, doing my job, but still getting confused and having to ask questions. Now, but the other character that I most respect in this movie is Tom Sizemore's character.
Fuck yes.
He really,
fuck yes.
Especially in the beginning.
Goddamn Colonel McKnight.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was his name, Colonel McKnight. Yes. Especially in the part when they said how this is looking. It says, yeah, for you guys are hovering 500 feet above us while we're down here. It's.
I was absolutely blown away with how well he embodied that role.
Yes, and he's a veteran of also being in a veteran when it comes to movie.
Saving Private Ryan. He's a fucking veteran.
I'm talking about movie veteran.
Right.
Movie veteran.
But he really embodied the way a field ops colonel is going to operate, and the way he's going to take charge properly. Especially
the way a good field ops colonel
yes, you're right,
will operate.
I respect
and taking charge if he's at the head of the column. I mean, taking over that wheel after his driver took.
Well, no, the fact that they
giving directions. All right, keep it on the gas. Turn left.
Exactly.
Turn left. As he's holding his fucking goddamn neck.
Got the old Kentucky plug going on.
Yeah. Motherfucking goddamn Kentucky motherfucking ballistic. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I respect also.
I didn't know you watched Kentucky ballistic. That made me so happy.
I respect that part also at the end when Sam Shepard, the general, basically said that we leave no man behind. You understand that? And he talks to that soldier that was when they were at the crash site, and Jeremy Piven, the character, was basically
played by the same guy in Modern Family now.
Who?
What was his name?
Jeremy Piven.
Is that who?
The helicopter pilot?
No.
Oh, Jeremy Piven's in goddamn Modern Family?
I didn't know that.
No, he played. Hold on here.
You're talking about Sam Shepard, the general?
No.
General Garrison.
Oh, you talking about the guy that
I'm talking about the medic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Modern Family now.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, the fact that Tom Sizemore was character, what was his name again? McKnight? And he was telling him that, you need to get his body as much, you need to get him out. And he basically looked at him, whatever you have to do, you have to get him out. And the soldier was just looking at him like he knows that he's going to have to cut this guy in half and, completely cut him in half with a saw and everything just to get him out. I respect it because no matter what, no man is left behind. They try to get their bodies back so they can bring them back home to their families.
Yes.
And how he was telling him that. But
that's the way it fucking goddamn is supposed to be.
Exactly. So,
right there.
But no, that's I relate to those two, and then I relate to I enjoyed that character more, Tom Sizemore's character. So how about you, Chase?
Grimesy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because, this dude, let's be real.
Making that good coffee?
Yeah.
But making
let's
the good coffee
real,
while fucked up.
All right.
While fucked up.
It's all about the grain.
Yes.
It's all about the grain.
Can
Let's
be
be
too
real.
much or too little.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
I have, in fact, French pressed some damn good coffee while completely unable to use my legs.
Damn, Crystal, what'd you do to him?
Must have been that goddamn good that night.
But no, Grimes is pretty awesome because obviously he's a ranger. He's full tabbed. He is gone through Buds and really
not Buds. Buds is totally different, bro.
Yeah, Bud's a SEAL.
That's right. Yep.
Yes.
No, you're right.
Yes.
Okay. I was like,
I think
wait a
that's the
minute.
second time you said that. I
It is.
let the first
I
time
let
roll.
the first one slide.
My bad.
I was waiting.
My bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So
He went through selection.
yeah, he went through selection. He's tabbed Ranger, and he's stuck typing, and it's this rare and mysterious skill.
But
he
he's still
has.
serving.
Absolutely.
He's still serving.
But he is chomping at the bit to actually get some fucking combat.
Yes.
He got out there and, he was nervous, but he rolled into it, man.
Yes.
And he was not going to quit for shit.
No, he did his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And he was certainly the underdog you were not expecting to be able to pull his weight, and he sure as fuck did it.
Yeah.
And, you expect that from a Ranger.
I expect that from any goddamn fucking
Exactly.
military man.
Yes. Well,
Or woman. I have served with some amazingly brave women. I truly
Fuck
have.
yes.
And so when
you're gonna look me straight in the eye and tell me that you would expect an E4 Mafia man to live up to some Ranger.
I don't care who you are. I expect you to do your job with honor and fucking dignity.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
I mean,
that's what I expect.
He, from a non-military standpoint in this movie, you saw a guy stuck behind a desk,
Yes.
and you were not going to. You would not have expected him to be able to get through the trials that he went through.
So
For the fact that he had already
was the
gone
mental
through
fortitude.
selection,
It was
the
the mental
fact that he
fortitude.
had gone through selection
That's
just because his current
That's why-
assignment
that's why I
was a
said-
secretary bitch.
That's why I
All right?
said, as a
no,
Ranger,
I still
I
expect him
Right.
to be able to do what he did.
Right.
I don't care. We all went through fucking goddamn boot.
Yep.
All right, we all have the same basic core level of fucking experience and expertise. All right, we should all be professional enough to
No,
handle
absolutely.
a war fucking fighting experience.
Absolutely.
So each doesn't matter what your job is
Yeah.
in your unit. So he was
You're a rifleman first.
He was itchy.
Yeah.
Right? He wanted to earn his stripes.
Yeah, and he fucking did.
Every single person, I don't care what your job is in a unit, you want to earn your stripes.
Yeah.
Reason being is because in a small unit, there is one thing that separates every single fucking person. That is trust and confidence.
What the fuck is that?
So, all right,
what the fuck is that? All that crinkling, crumpling, fucking noise bullshit.
My guy, that was loud as
Sorry, dude.
shit.
All right, yeah. So,
But
it wasn't
I'm-
crunching into the
I
mic.
need to
That would
call
no.
for a
That
punishment
was.
shot.
I
on
was.
that
I
right
was
now.
gonna call for it if you. Did.
I
Are you fucking serious?
What's the
Bro,
rule? What's
every
the rule?
single one of us heard that in the fucking in.
What's the
One
rule?
of us.
If we vote, then we're.
Yes.
You guys fucking suck.
No,
You're the one that
you
walked-
suck.
You're the one that walked over there and grabbed a whole ass bag
It's
of goddamn
almost like
Literally
Doritos.
walked away from the
Purpose.
mic, fucking grabbed a bag of chips, and it's like crunk, 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 crunk. Just because this is a more serious fucking film doesn't mean the rules go out the window. Do you want to hear that when you're listening to a fucking podcast?
No, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
But they want to hear what is about to come.
Yes. Crystal, do you agree? Yes.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Do
Oh,
we
this is
have
gonna
the
be epic.
Do we have the boot? Do we have Das Boot?
Where's it at? It should be over there.
Where's
Fuck
Das
you
Boot?
guys! You cannot use my goddamn boot.
It's over there, right?
If your boot is unmanned, it becomes a puke boot.
I'm not grabbing it. Fuck y'all.
All right, fine. All right.
Oh, this mother.
Stu will grab it.
There you go. Puke
Yes.
puke boot. He
For
hates
him- for him
watermelon
it is.
so
Like watermelon
fucking much.
taste.
Try some.
Oh, just so you know, I am working on your next shot. I am working on it.
Oh yeah,
working
no,
on it.
we got to do a cement mixer for Lenny next time.
All right, let's get back to the show.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Now that we're not being distracted by the crinkly.
No.
Anyway, as we return, I identify as with Grimesy, both because Crystal over here screamed it at me, and that kind of made me think.
Why are you taking the headphones off? Do the headphones pick up sound that I don't know about?
I don't think
Ron
that-
is eating chips still, which is fine. He pushed the mic away and everything. That's fine.
I don't think those work the way you think they work.
He's
sir.
taking his headphones
I don't
off.
think that.
and holding him away at arm's length.
I don't think that means what you think it does.
That word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ.
All right, so obviously we're bringing the somewhat comedic side back
I
to the
don't
show.
want that fucking watermelon shit in my fucking mouth.
He wants
So
something
why
else
are
in
you
your
holding
mouth.
your headphones away? I wasn't thinking.
All the sound goes to the same place.
I want everybody to imagine Ron right now holding his headphones at arm's length while his whole head is leaning the opposite direction. Because in his mind, that's how it works. And this is the editor of our fucking podcast. So when you hear shit go fucking sideways, you know why.
You know what? You gotta love him, though.
I do.
You gotta fucking love him.
All right. So we know who you most identify with. Since Ron wanted to do identify / respected, who do you most respect?
Hoot.
Hoot. Okay.
Absolutely. Without a doubt, Hoot.
The only thing I didn't like about Hoot is the accent felt so fucking fake.
The accent felt fake, but I'm not caring.
He's an Australian actor, so
I don't give a fuck about the accent. It was the character that he embodied, and he really, truly grasped, at least in the character portrayal, it felt like he grasped, what he was saying, especially in the...
he did. It did. We'll talk about that later.
There was a specific scene where he was talking about, how people don't understand, and he really... He gave up off the air that made you respect that.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But he really wrapped the entire character portrayal very well.
That was a good bottle.
Yeah, it was.
That was a good.
That is the second bottle we finished now, isn't it?
On a single episode.
In a single. So we had Die Hard and then this one.
And they've both been yours. So good on you, bro.
Yes, that's good. Your fucking goddamn stew is amazing.
100%.
All right. Respect my
100%
torch.
success. I'm glad we can drink $70 of your money. Thank you.
It's worth it.
We appreciate that.
I mean, it's for what we're
absolutely
what we're dealing with.
No,
it's
100% worth it.
Yeah, it is absolutely fucking worth it.
All right, how about you, Ragnar?
Oh man. All right, so I've got two because I've actually done both. I actually have. So all right, so Hoot would be one of them. Just for the simple fact of you don't leave any man behind.
Fuck yeah.
And it's not about you.
The fact that when they're screaming, somebody get on the 50, somebody get on the 50, and you saw everybody else fucking, basically shell shock.
Yeah.
All right, and Hoot's like looking around, he's like, fine, fuck it, I'll do it myself. All right, and he just fucking pops up like a goddamn groundhog. I
could tell a story about that, but I'm not going to.
I respect that
because this episode isn't about us.
No,
this episode is about them. And he steps up when it is fucking needed, and he is there to do the job, protect his brothers, and get everyone home safe.
It's about the man that is next to you.
Exactly.
Yep.
My second one, which I did a lot, is McCluskey.
Yeah.
In any briefing that I ever had to fucking go into, and they always ask my thoughts on it. If it was shit, I always told them the reason why this was shit. What's wrong? Oh, nothing, going into daylight. Middle of the fucking Wild West.
You said McCluskey, it's McKnight.
Oh, did I say McCluskey? I'm sorry, I meant McKnight. I'm sorry, McKnight. I'm sorry. What can go wrong? Oh, it's a sound plan. It's a sound plan when you're 500 fucking feet up in the goddamn air.
Yeah.
From
observation.
When you're down on the fucking ground getting your shit fucking packed in, it's a completely different fucking story.
Mm-hmm. It's unforgivable, you said, I think?
Unforgiving, yeah.
Unforgiving? Yeah.
Unforgiving. So those are my two that I relate to, and I've done. I've had to do those. So yeah.
How about you, Stu?
I'm gonna have to kind of echo Chase. Grimes, just personality wise, is one I probably most identified with. Not that I was a secretary bitch, but just the calling a spade type situation, like fuck, and when shit went fucking sideways.
Yep.
But still doing your fucking job still doing your fucking duty. That's who I personally probably identified with the most, because he maintained a level of levity in the situation. And I was always a fucking smart ass and joking around and busting fucking balls. I know. All right. Surprise.
I would never have expected
I figured that got better with age.
It did. It just got sharper. But no, I was always just having fun, and realizing this is my fucking job. This is what I'm fucking here for. All right, let's do it to the best of my fucking ability.
Absolutely.
All right, I don't care if I'm making coffee or I'm fucking goddamn doing what needs to be done in order to bring myself and my brothers home.
You're gonna fucking do it.
I'm gonna fucking do it. Even to the point where they're like, all right, you guys want to hop on a tank? Fuck that. I'm going to walk. Yeah. I'd much rather fucking walk. All right. I've had a very similar, interaction. Yeah. Stuff like that. So I just immediately identified with Hugh McGregor as Grimes. Just keeping that mentality in the face of utter bullshit. Because that's what it was. It was utter fucking really bullshit. But then the most I respect is it's gonna be the fucking Colonel. It's gonna be McKnight. The ones that I've seen, literally bullets flying by, zero fucking reaction. Like, you know what? No, this is another fucking day at the office. After McKnight was fucked up and hurt, his people were fucked up and hurt, and they were telling him, we have enough people at the end. We don't need you or your guys
have to go back out.
We got enough. We got the entire fucking 10th Mountain fucking goddamn rolling in. All right.
Fuck you. I started.
Didn't say a fucking word. He just hopped on that fucking shit. He's like, no. Yep. I'm fucking ending this shit. Yeah,
I started
plain
with it.
I'm a fucking simple. It. And the officers that I was blessed enough to serve under that showed that same type of care for the people that they were in charge of were the ones that always hit the most home and will always, till my dying fucking day, I will remember. And the fact that they maintained that and that in their professionalism that they showed while doing that. No, this is what I am here to do. This is my sworn duty. Mm-hmm. I am here to protect and take care of the people underneath of my charge. Don't care if there's fucking bullets flying by me. I don't care if there's RPGs going off. I don't give a fuck. This is what I am here to do. I am going to do it to the best of my goddamn ability, and the job's not done till the job is done. The fact that he portrayed that with such grace.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else to call it, but fucking goddamn grace. Just the confidence that he portrayed in what he was doing. It goddamn sung home to me. It really fucking did. Calling out the fucking other officers that were, like I said, the 500 feet above and shit like that. Calling them out. It's like, nope. No. Why am I going to be fucking stressed out? We're in broad fucking daylight. They're giving an opportunity to do whatever the fuck they want to do and prayer against us. Nope. You guys, see it as another fucking day. You're just above us. It's fine.
I do want to comment on Grimesy when he comes around the corner because one of the Delta guys wasn't able to get a grenade on the technical out there. Sorry, technical. It's a vehicle with a mounted weapon,
which are usually in modern days Toyotas.
Toyota Hilux, man.
Yes,
they are.
Motherfucking Hilux,
bro.
Really? Yes, they are.
Yeah, it's an Asian market Toyota Tacoma.
Which is
there's something different about it though. There is something different about the Hilux than there's a Tacoma.
Built different. I don't know what it is.
They are amazing.
They build them. Toyota builds them specifically for the Haji.
I was gonna say specifically to get shot at really for 30 minutes and not die. I mean,
even if you look, seriously, if you look
show
at
Top
sort of
Gear, you guys.
Oh yeah, they dropped it out of a fucking building.
They do everything they can to destroy this motherfucker. Then they give a fucking mechanic a handheld toolbox to get the bitch running again.
Yeah.
All right, and he does.
Yeah.
The fucking Hilux is built differently.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
I want one so bad.
Right.
That is like that. There is like the redneck version of a fucking Ford Ranger,
dude. I know that.
Really fucking
wow.
It
really
absolutely
is. Fucking is. No, almost every time you see a pickup truck mounted machine gun or heavy artillery, it's
a
on
Hilux.
it's a Toyota Hilux.
I had no
what
idea.
it is.
I don't
when they talk
fucking
about
understand
technicals, which a lot more people may have heard the term technical than Hilux, like that.
Yeah, no.
It's the smaller undermanned military using
basically your militia almost.
Yeah, I'm doing my best not to be.
I mean, I guess a Bradley
political.
would be considered a technical as well.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
okay,
it would
yeah.
be. But anything that is a heavy gun, mounted fast assault vehicle would be considered a technical.
If you can drive it and there's something on top of it you can lay hate down with, it's a technical.
Yeah.
No shit.
But so what they were talking, they mentioned that in there. But anyway, the particular scene I'm talking about where he goes, "I'm going to draw fire, and when they reload, you're going to pop out and, pop the grenade on there." And for whatever reason, the Delta guy, he wasn't able to rock it, so Grimes pops out of the corner and fucking tries to chuck a 302 on it, pops it to the side, and he said. He's just standing there in the middle of the road like, fuck it, I'm going to reload. Pops another 302 on this guy.
Yes.
As a
and it
RPG
came down
comes
to that
through.
fucking goddamn.
Yeah.
All right. Who can do their fucking job faster?
I love it because aside from that, we see Grimesy get blown the fuck up, is in this pile of dirt. And it was Hoot, right? I think it was Hoot.
No, it wasn't Hoot.
No, it was
Fitchner's character. Hoot.
Yes.
Yes.
But you can tell, I mean, he really illustrated
Sanderson.
that. Yeah, Sanderson. He illustrated that so fucking well. The new guy on the block had a bunch of gusto, got himself into some shit, lived through it. And you see the vet, the guy who's been in like, I don't know, the face he gave told me like 8 to 12 combat scenarios he's been in.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum. And he just kind of, you okay? I hear bells ringing. And that big
You're fucking
smile.
good, dude. Let's go.
That big fucking smile.
Even the fucking goddamn the Delta snipers when they were dealing with the fucking the Black Hawk fucking pilot.
I tell you.
And they were going back and forth and shit like that. He's like, all right, you're fucking locked and loaded. You're ready to go. You got full mag. Anybody comes around these fucking corners.
I tell you.
Fucking handle.
There is no better feeling than seeing the combat tested vet reach down and give you the big fucking smile like, goddamn right, you're all right.
Yes.
And grab you out of the rubble. There is no fucking feeling like that.
You know, I want to actually.
God, this fucking movie did so fucking well of telling truth. Like I said, fucking this movie came out, or the Battle of Mogadishu was fucking 7 years prior. And 7 years, when you think about it, big scheme of things,
fucking time.
It's not small, but it's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And when I signed up, I mentally knew, all right, about every 20 years, we go into this shit.
Yep.
All right, mentally, I was like, all right, every 20 years, fucking shit pops off. So, yeah, when I signed up, I was like, all right, we're past due for a fucking sideways event. We are. So I'm like, all right, I know I'm probably going to see some shit, but fuck it. This is what I do for goddamn, the country. And of course, we end up, where we ended up.
Yep.
And like that. But, to see the same shit even fucking 8 years prior and the same mentality that is being portrayed, it's such a fucking goddamn hits home how goddamn real this fucking film was.
Yeah.
And it's just,
would you say this is the most realistic accounts
of what we're going to be covering?
Yeah.
Hell
I
yes.
think so. I really think so.
All right. I'm not going to say it's necessarily
for the modern time.
Yeah.
For the modern time, yes, it is. For all the films that we are actually going to be covering, for the modern time, yes, it is.
And I think it hits home. I know me and Ragnar, particularly, we did, serve for the American Armed Forces, both of us. And just speaking to him off the air, that even though this is, like I said, this happened in '93, and this is well before either of
us ever joined.
But it was so. We saw the same shit.
Absolutely.
All right, and it's rang home so fucking deep because it's modern warfare, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And to feel that same type of reaction, same type of.
I would consider this the beginning of.
No, keep
modern.
Yeah, it is. It is the beginning.
This is the beginning of
Vietnam.
modern.
I would
was
say
this is probably the end of the
guerrilla warfare.
This is right after,
and that's where we learned a lot of our shit.
This was after Desert Storm, right?
Yes, I would call this the
Desert
first,
Storm is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Desert Storm won.
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm won.
So we are not going to take anything away from.
No. I
don't want anybody.
No,
to
the reason I
listen
say it's a
and
joke
say,
is because we were all prepared for it to go fucking sideways, and it went smooth as goddamn silk.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
No, absolutely.
All right. We just fucking went in there, just did everything by the fucking numbers, destroyed the fucking transport, destroyed the fucking infrastructure.
Yes.
And fucking dominated. And we chose to stop outside of Baghdad.
Yep.
We chose to do that. When I say Desert Storm was a joke, I'm not taking away anybody. Anybody who served during that time frame. But it was not a true test of the lessons that we learned in Vietnam.
Nope.
And because we just went in there straight air superiority and decimated, and we had people fucking marching out fucking goddamn rifles over their fucking heads. All right, we give up. We're done. We quit. And the Iraqis, recognize that it would be the wrong choice to fucking try to fight against us.
I think that Operation Gothic Serpent was probably the first iteration of this particular genre of warfare that we've been experiencing for the last 20 years.
I'm not going to say it's the first. I'm saying it's the worst.
This particular genre, because when we're looking at Desert Storm, we had an identified uniformed opponent.
Okay. Well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
We were encountering true guerrilla tactics.
You're trying. All right. So call a spade a spade. This is urban warfare.
This is urban warfare with an undefined uniform.
Exactly, because urban warfare, you don't have identifiable uniform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
you don't.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. This was our first, the kickoff for the genre of warfare we've been experiencing for the last 20 years now.
So there were
30
before. Before
right,
this actual event ever happened, there were events
there were
predecessing.
I would call those skirmishes, like you said.
Yeah. No, they were. I'm not, and I'm not trying to downplay.
Just like the Battle of Mogadishu. I'm not downplaying that, but it was a fucking skirmish.
I mean,
it really was.
No. What I mean is that there were events that led up to
these
events.
This was a very well defined operation. This
was nationally broadcasted.
Right.
The fact of
this wasn't
American service members.
Right.
Being dragged through the fucking streets of Mogadishu.
Yeah, they didn't really touch that as the film. They kind of showed it happening during the film, but they didn't show the actual effects of the dragging of servicemen through the streets and being mutilated.
Yeah,
on camera.
If this had
being shown on the worldwide audience.
If this had gone off without a hitch as planned, we would never have heard about it.
No, you would never.
No.
And that's the thing.
And that's
too,
the way it
that
should be.
That's the way it's supposed to go down.
Right.
Is when you have spec ops go into any fucking area, you don't hear about it unless you have a.
Well, I wouldn't even consider that spec ops. Right. I wouldn't even consider that the operation spec ops. Yes, Delta was involved.
No, so
yes, Rangers were involved.
This was a SOAR operation.
No,
this was special operations.
This particular operation, all right. This was special operations.
Mainly, you would not have heard about.
Yes,
but that's the thing. Like you shouldn't.
This was
hear about this.
This was a Central Intelligence Agency Joint Task Force.
Does anybody else want to really go over anything about the film itself?
Well, I want to. This delves into the film and the real life actual experience of what happened. I want to actually pay homage to my brothers in Delta. All right, Master Sergeant Gary Gordon and Sergeant First Class Randy Schuchart. They were awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously.
Posthumously.
First time since Vietnam.
Since Vietnam.
It's pronounced posthumously.
Posthumously.
Words are hard.
All right.
Posthumously.
Fuck you. That's how I pronounce it.
Hey, it's not me this time.
That's not correct.
I don't care. That's how I pronounce it.
Okay, enjoy.
I will.
You can call for a vote. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and call for a vote, Chase.
Yay or nay? Yay or nay? 3.
Call for it.
2.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, so that.
Hold on. What the fuck was that?
You. So I
really
Nope.
sounded like
Fuck it.
an
no.
annoying ass phone.
Yes.
In the middle of our recording.
It was. All right.
So that there, I do call for a vote.
Yep. No, I take that.
Aye.
And, in response, I will call for a vote on.
That's a good man right there.
Incorrectly pronouncing posthumously.
Okay.
It's fine either way.
All right. So
But you still have to take a penalty shot.
you have to
Yeah.
take
No,
a
I'm
shot.
still taking it. Yeah.
Ron,
Okay.
line them up.
Well, hold on. So he's calling for a vote on me.
Are you calling for a vote on him?
Yes, I'm calling for a vote on him.
Okay, go ahead and call for it.
I'm calling for a vote on Ragnar for incorrectly pronouncing the word posthumously.
All right, everybody who's in favor, say aye.
Have you researched it and say
No.
if I'm correct?
What it doesn't matter. We're democratically elected fucking government here. So once
That's
again,
two.
everybody who is voting for it, say aye.
We've decided.
Everybody who is voting for it, say aye.
Aye.
Everybody who's against it, say nay. Nay.
So that's 2 shots.
That's 2
brother.
shots for fucking Chase.
I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Fuck that.
Good thing we have smart move, Ron. Very
Yes.
smart move.
Absolutely. So, anyways,
I'm glad we have Crystal in the peanut gallery to go ahead and be our DD for Chase as his liver slowly shrinks and withers away. All right.
I'm gonna look it up or what?
No, I don't give a fuck what it actually is. You got voted down. This is America, goddammit.
What'd you say?
I said, oh no, I'm
so I will continue after
double deuce it
after this double.
Oh, there you go.
Tequila.
What are you giving him?
Lord.
You know what? I will say the second shot is not nearly as bad.
No,
it really isn't. I mean, you're just
Are they
adding
both
too
Malort?
bad.
Pretty much.
They're both Malort.
They do say by your third shot, you're in love.
Oh, really?
So
That's what they say.
So this is your second coming up.
Hey, grab that trash can.
No, the boot.
Das Boot.
Yeah,
No,
grab the
Das
boot.
Crystal. Das Boot. Ron. Das Boot.
Get the fucking boot.
Ron. Das Boot.
Oh God.
Do it again, baby.
You already did. You did both of them.
Oh, okay. Good job.
You cannot.
No,
You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
You gotta wait.
My
No,
lord,
the
you
first
have to
one-
let it sit.
No.
You gotta, yes.
Yes.
I've been told that's incorrect.
No.
Like 3
You've
times.
been told wrong. Malort.
Malort,
You
you
have
wait.
to let it sit. You cannot have a chaser within 60 seconds.
Somebody.
I don't know who the fuck told you that.
One of our past shows.
No,
though.
because it
Yeah,
develops.
one of the past shows was
it develops.
on a punishment shot. It's allowed, but
Yeah.
your first
No.
the
Not with
first christening is
Malort.
allowed.
Not with Malort.
Okay.
Not with Malort. All right, because it allows it to develop into a finer taste.
Still better than tequila.
There you go. Ron, why don't you have tequila? You failed.
I'm out of tequila.
You have failed.
He drank the rest of it.
You have failed.
Not my fault.
Yes, it is.
He has to buy his own punishment shot. I don't have to.
Oh, so should we have another punishment shot based on him not having prepared punishment shots? You told me I need to make sure I have my own punishment shots.
Where is yours?
You let me know.
Where's your hypnotic?
It's sitting in the fridge. My drink is sitting in the fridge now. But you told me my new punishment shot has to be. It's sitting in the fridge, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm
All right.
sorry.
Ron. Doesn't
that's
Sammy
bullshit. That is bullshit.
Doesn't Sammy tell you have to make sure you she makes sure you are filled up on your watermelon shine?
I'm filled up on my watermelon shine.
Yes. So you have come prepared, right?
Ooh.
Ragnar, isn't it your responsibility if you happen to run out of whatever fucking crap you decide?
We haven't
is your
found anything
punishment
for him
shot,
yet.
It would be your responsibility to make sure you are prepared for the show? Wouldn't that be your responsibility?
I would assume so, but like I'm not gonna
So if you come unprepared to the show, that should be a punishment shot, right?
I suppose so.
Okay. So
he's trying to sell it.
I am calling for a punishment shot on Chase coming unprepared to the show. Coming unprepared to our recording.
I was not informed that we were out of tequila.
I love it.
Whose fault is that?
Whoever.
I know what my punishment shots are, and I know my current level. Rod knows what his punishment charge.
If I had been informed that there was no tequila, then I would bring mine.
I'm sorry. I thought you were a grown ass man. I thought you were a grown ass man whose job it is to know what's going on. Okay, so I am calling for a punishment shot on Chase coming unprepared to the show. All right. So all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Oh, there we go. That's 2 out of 3. All right. That's another punishment shot for Chase. It doesn't matter, Ron. It doesn't matter what you say. Okay, there you go. That's 3 against 1.
No, but if I didn't say it, then
I was hoping you would fucking not go with it. That's not going to make you take.
Does that last second change count?
He went for it.
Does that?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Ragnar.
What?
Do you think his last second change counted?
No.
No? Okay, there you go. Sorry. That's 2.
I never voted.
I'm saying you're okay.
You waited. No. Oh, no. I asked if the last second change counted. You said no.
I never said nay. I just didn't even say anything yet. I haven't voted
But
yet.
it sounded like, I think
you're
where
assuming.
Chase is coming from is it sounded like you were just saying
You realized you were on the losing
in
side.
order to make sure you didn't take a punishment shot yourself.
No, that's not the way it was, but okay. Whatever you want to say.
All right.
No,
I'm trying to give you benefit of the doubt here, Chase.
Yeah.
You're okay.
All right. So that's a third one. Once again, they say, but 3 shots in, you're in love.
Why don't you just finish a bottle?
That's right. Fill it up.
You still got a little bit left.
Just drink all the bottle.
You still got a little bit left.
Kill the bottle and kill the shot.
Oh, there's a little spillage.
Yeah, there's a little spillage.
Are you saying that's punishment shot?
What the fuck?
No, I put everything I spilled. It went into the other shot glass.
Okay.
All right. Smart move.
Good job. It's low alcohol content, realistically, Crystal. I know you're giving me those judgy eyes right now.
I'm not judging anything
but him.
It is
Yes.
low alcohol content.
Yeah, trust me. Sammy picks up my shit. She makes sure I'm fully stocked with mine.
Yep.
Let's hear it for Bar Win, Sammy.
Everybody has their shit in stock.
Yes.
So.
Oh, but Ron,
We
you
have
are going to
tequila.
be so unhappy when I'm done preparing your next shot. You're going to be so unhappy.
All right. So, anyways,
9 minutes of that.
I want to pay homage to Master Sergeant Gary Gordon and Sergeant First Class Randy Sugart.
What?
Those two there showed what it is to be a brother in arms.
Yeah.
They went in knowing that they are not going to fucking make it out alive. They're going into an impossible situation to defend and try and hopefully fucking save.
It didn't matter if they were going to
Their
make it
brother.
out alive.
No,
they did what
knew.
they did what their sworn duty was.
Exactly. And those two gentlemen there were awarded the
Medal of Honor?
The Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Posthumously.
There is no R in that.
Huh?
There is no R in that, I will say.
There's
You
no-
said humorously.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Posthumously.
there you go.
I'm just saying there's no R in it because there's no humor in the situation. Humously. That's close enough.
Sorry, I can't pronounce.
Let me go ahead and correct you over and over again.
Thank
This
you.
way, I get a punishment shot called to me for when you say it wrong.
Who was that?
Wait, what?
No, I'm not calling punishment shot for a fucking guy to a burp. All right.
I didn't say that.
Sounded like that's what you're hitting at.
Your face is a little red, though.
So is it true by the third shot you're in love?
It is not true.
Okay. False advertising.
As the kids these days say, that's cap.
I just can't believe that.
The way you said that. That's cap.
We finished 2 bottles of Malort already in this show, and we started in
We
February.
got another 3 brand new fucking bottles in there.
Yeah, I know. No, it's shocking. It's just that can't wait for Crystal to try.
Shout
her
out
shot.
to Jeff of the Malort. We love you guys.
Yeah, I'll tag it.
Is that really the word?
Fuck you. We love them.
So I want to. I would like to raise a toast to those two gentlemen who knew exactly what the fuck they were doing and made the ultimate sacrifice.
Whoa.
See you in Valhalla, brother.
That's a good drink. God bless them.
And to the other service members that paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
We will see you soon.
Hopefully not too soon.
Not too soon, but it will be one hell of a fucking party when we get together again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just fucking goddamn totally depressed the shit on me. Thank you, Ragnar. Appreciate that shit. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The downside of, I think, this mission, which I'm...
The whole fucking mission was a downside.
I was going to say this entire thing.
No, like
the mission was a failure.
Downside of the
The mission was
intended
all absolutely a fucking failure.
No, it was the not the downside, but the
consequence.
They were already behind the fucking 8 ball.
Yeah,
because the amount of equipment that was requested with tanks and AC-130s and air support, extra ground support, up-armored Humvees.
But you can understand why they, at least personally, I can't speak for you. I can personally understand why the requested up support was denied. Actually, was denied.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, I can absolutely understand why. One, the time frame to move that equipment into theater that they're requesting, then such targets would no longer have been available.
Well, they already had the air support there.
Yeah, okay, but I'm sorry if I bring in an AC-130. All right, an AC-130. As much as I love the fucking AC-130, yes, it is a very inaccurate. It's not a fine-tuned fucking machine.
No, it's not. It's more you're going to shoot and you're going to blow up.
It's a ground effect.
You're going to blow up what you want.
Yes.
And probably a few blocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an area of effect weapon.
Exactly.
Yeah. That Spectre is devastating.
Having an AC-130, in that theater for that particular operation was not the best choice.
No, it wasn't. And I
understand why the general requested it.
I know the SecDef. I know why the SecDef denied the request.
Yeah.
It's because it wasn't. They didn't deem it necessary,
or they didn't deem the. I'll regularly use the term. The juice is not worth the squeeze.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Throughout my life, and I forget which film I heard that in the first place. Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Oh, that's a
all right. And ever since I heard that, it fucking
now that's
stayed in my lexicon. It really has, because
that's an older movie too.
It is.
That's an older movie that we grew up on,
but it fucking stays so well because it fucking speaks so well to the fucking effects.
Now, when you look back on everything, you do see that the guys on the ground did absolutely, as always, have a better idea of what's going on.
They did.
100%. I would say that.
But also, I will say, the guys on the ground will call for an overabundance of caution for the most part on any op. They will. They will call for worst case scenario situations.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when
the girl next door.
So if you're
it was the girl next door.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
But ever since I heard that fucking term, that term around, the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Yeah. That's a weird movie to fucking.
But it fucking
fit
works,
right? Yeah, because it's from a porn king,
and I'll use that. I'll use that in my everyday life, in my job, and shit like that. When people question
the porn king,
no, juice ain't worth the squeeze.
No.
All right, when people question why we do certain things or why we just give in to certain things even against policy, it's because honestly, fighting it isn't worth the fucking headache. So the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
It's not worth your time and effort to fucking get it done like a very certain way.
Yeah.
You know?
Once again, why movies are fucking amazing.
I still think that a orbital AC-130 would have been.
You cannot drop the hand of God onto
Okay, just because. All right, the civilian aftermath. Let's say we went in there, we picked up our fucking high value targets.
All right,
you're right, and then
that
we call in the fucking hand of God.
Quarters, and there was a lot of civilians within the opposition.
The aftermath of the picture of painting that would have made us seem like fucking villains.
Well, all right, so.
There was no good way to spend to fucking bring in the AC-130s. There would have been no good way media wise to spend that until shit went sideways.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So in the 90s, once
sorry, I'm like 4 shots in now.
Something like this gets leaked out, the media is literally all over it. They focus all their intent on what the fuck is going on in this situation here in Somalia. So the media is completely involved. The downside of it is
probably the most involved than anything since, and even Vietnam. It showed us anything prior to that was several days old. Prior to Vietnam was several days old of any information. And it's gone through numerous fucking courses of declassification and shit like that, and to paint a picture a certain way. All right, Vietnam was the first war or the first battles that actually showed a somewhat realistic live time version of events playing out, not being played out through a rosy lens. And we weren't used to that as an American culture, especially on the invention of the 24-hour news cycle.
No.
Being fed this fucking brutality. And because we were always painted as, we're America. We are undefeatable. We are this rolling juggernaut, and there's nobody who can fucking hurt us, plain and simple. And then being fed this immediate fucking aftermath of the Black Hawk incident being shown to us, literally having videos of our servicemen being dragged and mutilated in the streets.
Yeah.
It shocked the American people at such a visceral course, rightfully so.
I was going to say, as it should.
Yeah. That we were like, what the fuck? And it was the worst casualty day in American military since Vietnam up until modern times, the Second Battle of Fallujah. And it just caught the American people by such shock and horror that it's led to a totally change of mindset in American warfighting for up until modern times.
And I think you pretty much hit the nail on the coffin, I think, when you really, dude?
Do we have to call a fucking another one on you?
What the fuck, man?
Chase, what the fuck, man? The defeated look on your face.
Just get it ready.
Defeated look on your face. Just kill it.
Get it
just
ready.
Kill the fucking
Just
bottom
kill the ball.
of All right. Just take it to the head. All right.
Jeez,
there you go.
Man.
Thank you for not making us even waste our time to vote.
Thank you.
As you go into a fucking Caesar. All right. Don't worry. I got fucking Josh Harnett, to take your place.
You need to turn your phone
right.
off, dude. You got to turn your phone off.
No, he's trying to pull stuff up to have ready for stuff, but
close
ads
close
or commercials or whatever
window
fucking pops up. It's just Jesus.
Call for a timeout before you do that.
Close your TikTok.
I did.
No.
I feel bad for you, man.
I kind of do now.
Me too.
I kind of do, but
God.
you know what? I kind of don't.
Wow.
I'm hoping you learn from this.
No, I really don't.
Better.
You feel bad for him? I've had fucking shows where I had to take like 5 or 6 punishment shots. And you feel bad for him?
I like Chase.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you've kind of turned into somewhat of a professional.
We've toughened
I've
you up.
gotten used to it.
We're building you up
Chase is
stronger.
still building up his mangina. All right.
we're building you up to be the $3 million man.
Yeah.
All right, or $6 million man.
$6 million man.
$3 million.
No, 6.
You're half as good.
That's what I mean. That's what I said. The $3 million, half is good.
Yeah.
No, but like I was saying, it goes back to what you were saying about when like roughly about every 20 years.
Yeah. I don't know if it's on the air or off the air, but roughly every 2 decades, America goes into the shit.
Yeah. And, you know, we during this time, it was.
But would you say this is the worst?
I'm sorry?
Would you say this is the worst that has happened?
No, not even fucking.
No.
Okay. No, I was just curious. I was just getting your opinion on that.
No,
I can point to several days, you know, in the America's history that is much more bloody than this.
Oh no, no, I understand that. What I'm saying is this the worst failure that we've had in our military.
No. I can point to several fucking days that are much worse than this.
Oh, okay.
Vietnam alone, pointed to
one. I can fucking throw you one certain specific one is when the Olympics were going on, and fucking the Jews.
Oh, Munich,
and the Jews were all the Jewish Olympians were held captive.
Yeah.
You know, and dude, they called in the U.S. Special Forces, SEALs. They got their asses handed to them.
Yep.
And that they're in U.S. Special Forces, and this is just this particular point in time, was, you know, we got our asses handed to us.
Is Crystal passed out?
You know?
Yeah.
She looks it.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Do you
Are we
have a
that
smirk
boring
on?
that we've literally bored our peanut gallery to sleep?
I think so.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, listeners. All right, keep going.
So there could be an OnlyFans of, you know, socks and feet and tornadoes and
people want to see my feet.
Helicopters.
Hey, we talked about it back in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Pronunciation. You're back in 3rd grade. Good job.
Thumbs up. I love Drunk Chase.
Fuck y'all.
You know, man, you know the best thing about like you work with people and you trust them,
yes,
with your life, is that you can literally, I mean, you can get shit faced, hammered with them. It doesn't matter where you're at. You know you're going to end up in a fucking safe place.
Damn right.
Yeah.
You know that?
Damn right.
And you can be the most obnoxious fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially if you're out in public, you can be the most obnoxious fucking asshole. You're going to end up home safe. You know, when you wake up in the morning, when they know you're up, you're going to catch one hell of an ass whooping.
Yes.
And I always loved it. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yes.
I miss it.
First time I did a keg stand was with brothers in my shop, you know, when I was serving and stuff like that. And I remember all the fucking smoke I caught.
Uh-huh.
You know, fucking the next fucking day. Shit like that. I'm just like, God damn it. There's just a camaraderie that's built with people that are you're serving with in that sort of environment.
Yeah.
And it's just like, God damn it. People who haven't ever been there can't wrap their heads around of how close and how family you can become with somebody you've only known for such a short fucking period of time.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
You can only know them for weeks, months.
Yeah. And it's
But-
just, you know that this is my brother.
Yeah.
This is my sister going forward. This is family.
Yeah.
No matter how fucked up shit gets, they're there.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And they've proven that they're there for you. And instead of just assuming, and it's fucking amazing. It really, truly is.
It's definitely a thing that is one of a kind. You know, it really, really fucking is. Fucking Eric Bana.
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Eric Bana,
Hold on. Is it the first time Ron's actually corrected somebody on a pronunciation?
It is.
Holy shit!
Am I getting a punishment shot for that?
High five.
No.
No, you get a high five.
Good job, Ron.
No, you should. Ron,
You're getting better.
You should call upon.
Well, that's an easy name.
You should call upon.
It is.
Shot.
But you corrected it. Good job,
Dude. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, well, thank you guys.
I really am.
Appreciate it.
I'm like a mama bird who's seen the big bird.
Shut up.
Eric Bana's character, he said the line. He said it very, very fucking well, and it's extremely fucking accurate. I think you've got that. You have that. His line, right?
Hold on. Are you talking about the one?
Yeah, that line's going to be played at the end
yeah.
of the movie. End of the show.
Yeah. Well, it's about.
I know, but I'm saying
the
you
brother
like,
next to you.
I know, but I'm saying like you have that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And follow along and listen to the very end because you're gonna fucking hear it.
Yeah.
And it
sums it up.
It
does.
really fucking does because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about my brother next to me and his brother next to him. That's what fucking matters. And these men that went out and made the sacrifice for this mission, they understood that extremely fucking well.
Agreed.
Yes, sir.
And they paid the unfortunate ultimate sacrifice for it.
First thing I want to bring up is the Somalis and other factions used the Black Hawk Down incident, the Battle of Mogadishu, as an example of a victory.
Yep.
And it's told from the perspective. That's all it is.
From
Their
side.
perspective.
From their side.
And it's how shit is spun. I'm going to do my best to not get political or, saying what's right, what's wrong on either side of the coin, despite my own feelings, and just be more factually based.
Well, I think, I don't mean to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't need to interrupt on this one. But I think that. So the U.S. has their own ideal.
Yes.
Right? During this time.
Yes.
And the Somalia has their own idea of how they are going to
portion of Somalia.
Yeah.
Portions.
How they're going to run and how they want.
Yes.
But there are warlords literally all over the fucking world.
Yes.
And this is nobody else's point of view, nobody else's thoughts or anything. Mine. The U.S. military and the U.S. involvement in any of it, I truly don't believe that we need to be policing the world.
I have a response to that. I know where you're going.
Because we're definitely
And I
getting
do.
into the more political side
I
of this.
absolutely know where you're going.
Yeah.
There was a Air Force chief of staff who made a quote that I have.
It's a very
spoke
good
some
quote. It's a
heart.
very good
yeah,
one.
you know where I'm
I know
going.
I know
Me
what
and
it
you
is.
talked about this prior show. He said, "We are not the world's peacekeepers. We are the world's peace enforcers.
Yeah,
that is our job."
As the world superpower, that is
Yes.
the defined role thereof.
Yes. So even if, and there was another quote while I was looking at this that really spoke to me. They're saying it's not a soldier's job to create peace, but it is the soldier's job to enforce peace.
Yes. That's absolutely. I mean, and that is an
it's
actual
on point.
fact.
It is on point. Yeah, soldier's job. It is a warfighter job. It is absolutely. But as the superpower that we are as America, we need to flex our muscles every now and then in order to show the world, no, wrong is wrong, right is right. So now really want to focus on the aftermath. and get kind of broad picture shit. Okay, so a lot of reports point to President Bill Clinton after the Battle of Mogadishu being scared to commit to any more ground force assaults. Right.
That's kind of understandable, though.
Yeah, it's understandable. I'm not gonna. I want my initial gut to say rightfully so, but understandably so.
But didn't they learn from this to the point where they didn't do that anymore?
Okay, learn is a weird word.
Okay, so
it's all based on your opinion, right there. Learn.
Okay.
So Clinton tries to claim no, because technically they were committed for another 6 months after this.
No, it was
no to support the UN effort. It was about 6 months.
Yeah, it was about 6 months.
Yeah,
but
so Clinton says, "Oh no, I wasn't scared. I committed for another 6 months afterwards to support the UN." But a lot of people say you can point to this direct battle is after that point he wasn't committed to any more ground force assaults and changed the mentality of American warfighting from ground assaults to surgical airstrikes because they don't want to risk, American troops.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. And the budgets and the directions that came from Clinton and progressed through Bush and everybody afterwards, it focused on that.
Yeah.
And focusing on the air assaults, which led to what we consider modern day warfighting. It really does. Vietnam was
pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
So they invested heavily in more air-based tactics. Clinton, even though when the Rwanda genocide came up, where literally more than 1 million people were killed, and everybody was like, "Why the fuck aren't you guys doing anything?" Clinton didn't commit to anything, potentially because of another Somali incident. The negative connotations of the risks that were involved. Go ahead, Ragnar.
I just want to interject. I know everyone in the world really kind of looks to the U.S. as the superpower for a lot of...
After we broke Russia during the Cold War.
Yeah. After, and they all look to us to interject our foot in a lot of things that don't need to be stepped into.
Yeah.
And
they expect us to be the moral enforcers, but they don't want to hear about how the juice got made.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear about
that. They
want
to see the end result. They don't want to know what is going on in between.
Yeah. And I'll completely agree with that. It's a double-edged sword, the 24/7 news cycle that has developed since the 80s, till modern times, constantly being under watch and instantly reported. It's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. Arab Spring. That was a wonderful thing to have 24/7 access.
Yeah.
To proliferate the freedom of information, freedom of press, freedom of speech. Wonderful thing. I think we'd all agree with that. The basic human rights that they should have. But the other side of the coin is sometimes you got to get bloody.
Yeah.
All right. And overall, the American people can't stomach the forces that are needed to invoke change.
Well, that's why it's always not. That's why it's always not known.
Exactly, and
they don't need to know.
They don't. They
don't want to know.
And sometimes blind ignorance, it can be a blessing.
Yeah,
it really can. But like I said, with the proliferation of the 24/7 news cycle, the immediate transformation of information, it can be a great thing or it could be a fucking horrible thing. The Battle of Mogadishu, it shocked the American public to the fucking core. Yeah,
it really did. I've said before, it was the bloodiest single day since Vietnam, all the way up until recent times, the Second Battle of Fallujah. American people were not ready for that sort of brutality as a whole. We're used to painting, nice, happy pictures and stuff like that. Oh, we're there for the right of good, and we're just spreading democracy and freedom to these people, which we were on paper, but it's not an easy battle. It's not. And it proved that, just like in Vietnam, just like in the Bay of Pigs, it is very difficult to take out an ingrained population on their local soil and try to get a change from that. Even if they may be militarily inferior, quote unquote, they might not have the best weapons or the best training or stuff like that to go against a local populace.
They know their own territory.
Exactly. Short of, unless you're willing to go balls to the wall and glass an area, and by glass an area, I mean fucking destroy it. A term that came from, nuking an environment, melting sand, and fucking creating glass. Unless you're willing to go balls to the wall, glass an environment, then your military superiority isn't as strong as everybody makes it out to be. And we're seeing that nowadays in the Ukraine-Russia conflict that's going on currently. But we're seeing it from the angle that we're supporting Ukraine. Whether you agree or you don't, disagree, that's a whole other fucking goddamn subject matter that we're not getting into. But we're supporting, as a whole, Ukraine standing up against this military strong force that everybody on paper said, oh, Russia should just fucking be able to roll through them in a few days and fucking Ukraine just give up. No. And Ukraine's like, fuck that shit. No. We got farmers pulling tanks right now. All right, stealing your shit. And we all laugh at that. Exactly. Like you just did, Chase. We laugh at that. And we think, yeah, fuck them guys.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
But look at it from Russia's point of view now. All right.
You already have your territory. Get the fuck over it. That's Russia's point of view.
Okay. No, it's not. Russia's point of view that they're selling their people is this is technically should have been Russia's property as a whole, as it was. You also are helping free, people who want to.
You have a lot of loyalists that think Kiev is still the heart of Russia.
Exactly.
You're right.
It's all from the perspective that you're selling the story from.
But they want to take over Ukraine for additional resources that Russia simply does not
Once
have.
Again, we're not going into...
Oh, that's not political. That's just simply survival of a state.
But you're also pointing to the fact that Russia is also selling it as the fact that you have the Donbas region and other areas that want to go back to Russia control, and they're there to support these freedom fighters. And they're there to go against these quote-unquote Nazis. They are selling this story hard to their people in any way, shape, or form that they possibly can.
But let's be real. That term
that's the way. Yes, it is.
A bit.
But that's the way that we are seeing it from the outsider point of view. Look at it from the Russian point of view. Any one of these battles that are happening in Ukraine could be told as a Black Hawk Down incident in Russia point of view. They really could.
So they claim that they have not invaded anyone.
Yes.
And they don't plan to invade anyone else.
They are being freedom fighters. That's what they are doing.
Well, they're not fighting very well.
That's what their claim is.
Judging by their death toll, they're not fighting very well.
Just like we judge Somalia, based on our 19 deaths versus their anywhere between 300 to 2,000 deaths, depending on which report you're reading at. They didn't fight well, but you turn around,
they were selling that story as we stood up against this invincible force that is America, and we took them down. We bloodied them. We blackened their eyes.
That's all they fucking needed to do was have that.
It's all about how you're selling the story.
Within a 12-hour time span, let's be real. Okay, no, listen, hear me out. Within a 12-hour time span, let's be real. Yeah, they hurt us by 19 people. Now, I'm not going
And what
to
did that do to...
I will not dare say that 19 people are less than...
It changed America's policy.
It absolutely did.
Without them standing up to us for one day, changed America's policy.
Right.
For the next 3 decades. And it absolutely did.
We chose not to further that conflict.
Exactly.
So
because it wasn't worth the sacrifice to us. And that's the way they sold it to their people.
We are so vastly outside of the concept of warfare of any other nation state there is. We have, stupid shit on under our belt.
We do.
No, I don't think people.
We could have won Vietnam in 3 weeks.
There is a lot of people out there that really don't have a fucking idea what I mean by this. We have stupid shit under our belt.
Yes.
We have a submarine, the USS Barb, that literally sunk a train. We have a battleship that literally sunk a fucking island.
That's true.
And you're like, oh, that sounds like no. We literally removed an island from the map.
But if you do not have the support of the American people, or the American people are not willing to stand by while you pull that trigger, then it doesn't fucking matter what we have. It matters what we do.
So
I'm trying to draw attention to the point that there are regular instances within wartime in which our destroyer, our Iowa class destroyer ships, are receiving orders to attack military installations, destroy them, and destroy and eliminate surrounding military installations and mountain ranges.
Yes.
The actual wording is to remove mountain ranges.
Yes.
It is literally to change the fucking terrestrial topography of the
Yes. You're absolutely fucking right. We have that capability.
You guys did not win. We just decided that it wasn't worth it.
So whether we decided it wasn't worth it or they beat us, we still did not accomplish our mission.
You're right.
So
I just want
the problem, though.
I'm simply highlighting the fact,
and by us not accomplishing our mission, the last time we fucking went full bore
without resorting to nuclear.
Exactly. That's the last time we went full bore was in Japan, and we did not once but twice, just to make sure they heard the fucking message loud and fucking clear. And that resulted in immediate fucking goddamn surrender.
Oh yeah,
all right,
yeah.
But even then, turned the stomach of the American people.
We have also dropped the Moab, which literally changed the topography of the earth.
It did.
Again.
But when you're changing
topography, but you got to understand though, is that just like Stu said before, is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yes.
It depends.
And it's told
dollars.
We are being told
cents.
and sold out the story from our American point of view. All right.
Yeah.
Once again, Russian people who are also being completely insulated as much as Russia can.
Oh yeah.
From actual other factual encounters through the loss of internet, through the loss of direct information. Right. They are being sold a story.
Yeah, and they no longer have privacy as to whether or not they're receiving information from
exactly.
outside.
So they're being sold a story.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Well, that's
all right. And
what happens. It's propaganda.
Yeah, it is. And however this ends, And the big picture is going to be written by whoever ultimately wins.
The victor writes history.
So which is why I love seeing the point of view that what we have going on now, Ukraine, Russia incursion, just because we can see it from the Ukrainian things. We're like, oh yeah, stand up against those fucking assholes. Fucking do what you got to do. Farmers, get those fucking tanks.
Well,
all right? We are in support of the little guy.
In this
when
particular
99% of our modern history, we are the large aggressor.
Right.
We are.
In this particular incident, we are corralled, if you will, because diplomatically, if there's anything else that happens outside of Ukraine fighting with Russia, it is more than likely going to be hell on earth.
It's a very delicate tightrope. It really is.
Like I said, it is more than
I'm not trying to get into
I never said it's guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get into the politics side of it. That's what I said in the beginning. We're going to do our best to remain as neutral
as you can,
as we possibly can. Whether I agree or I disagree with what you're saying, I'm trying my best to remain neutrality here. But it is.
And my apologies. These fucking punishment shots seem to have taken their toll.
Okay. And we've all had multiple glasses of, real drinks in your little tiny 40% shots. It's okay.
I had just as many as you, and then I had my punishment shots.
No, you didn't.
Top of it.
No, you didn't.
How
You didn't
many
top off
fucking-
the third time the way we
Oh,
all
you had
did.
third ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me. All right.
Yes. All right. And that 96 proof versus your 40%. All right, the same.
35.
But so I wanted to, like I said, I'm glad I brought up the point, and a little bit earlier in schedule than I was thinking about the Ukraine-Russia conflict versus the Somali America, conflict.
Yeah. It could be spun both ways.
It can be. There's been reports that Al Qaeda and Bin Laden, as the leader of Al Qaeda, directly trained Fadid, the warlord in Somalia at the time.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, there's
He
been
followed a
reports,
very
including
similar MO.
Bin Laden had said a few different things, sometimes conflicting themselves. Over the decades before we put a bullet in his face and threw him into the fucking water. Sometimes he was saying, yes, 100% direct involvement. Sometimes, oh no, we were just really happy that it happened. But he did specifically use the Battle of Mogadishu to be a rallying cry.
He
to
emboldened
Muslims.
his supporters.
Yeah, sometimes he's saying it as from the side of, look what these fucking goddamn American assholes did to us.
Even the Mujahideen.
Yes, even the Mujahideen. You're right.
Throughout then.
To sometimes also saying, look at what we did to America.
Right. Yeah.
We can stand up against them. So I would make the argument that if it wasn't for the Battle of Mogadishu, that there would have been no 9/11. Plain and simple. They would not have been emboldened enough to come and do what they did to us on American soil, knowing that we weren't going to fucking take that shit laying down. We were going to rain fucking hellfire and brimstone upon them. But they use that rally as saying, even if they do, we know how to beat them. We know how to fucking stand up to them.
Well, it's because also the Bin Laden during that time frame, and so it was considered a freedom fighter. For the U.S.
Yeah, and so even at that time,
so he was trained.
There's only a few years later that Ollie North was screaming about Bin Laden.
Yeah,
what a fucking dangerous person he was, and that was the first time that he really hit the main radar.
Yes,
of American things, and even then we were like, yeah, no. Why is this one random dude going to be fucking actually a threat? Because we weren't used to the idea of a small religious force, a non-country, actually being able to stand up against us, posing any real threat to America.
No, it was always a big. So it was either fucking big, go big or go home. Is really what it was. So any other small little sect or anything like that never really fucking crossed the radar that much.
Exactly. And which, so by Clinton deciding to shift priorities from ground force assaults to surgical airstrikes, in order to preserve American life.
Yep.
Potentially, by all accounts, it looks like that's what he did. He claims that's not what happened, but
of course not.
All the history points to the facts that it looks like that's what he fucking did.
Yeah.
By him doing that, it even led to the fact that even after 9/11, and we went into Iraq and we went to Afghanistan, even going into Iraq, we're going against Saddam, who may or may not have had weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
It was maybe it was little Bush looking for a reason to finish what Big Bush started.
Pretty much.
But that was still a good fucking reason based on the intel that he was given. That this fucker has it. Let's take him out. And it was just Saddam was like, yeah, good job fucking punching goddamn America in the face with those fucking goddamn planes. That was justification enough to say, fuck you, no. We needed to release some hate and release some venom. So we went in there, did what we did, removed that motherfucker from his little spider hole, took him off the board. Then we got more intel going on that it was Al-Qaeda, which was the ruling party of Afghan at the time, that we helped also instill to power after they fought the Russians, and realizing, they kind of turned their backs on us. Well, fuck. And then we spent the next few decades over there, and the first few years that were there, I don't know if you all remember that we didn't even have enough equipment to properly armor our ground forces. You remember all those fucking fundraisers and shit like that? Let's try to buy fucking Joe Blow from our fucking town some fucking flak jackets and some fucking goddamn, plates, for his carrier and shit like that, for his to personally buy this stuff. And that was a direct result of the shift that Clinton and forwarding presidents did to do more of an air-based attack rather than a ground-supported attack. Also, we were no longer prepared for a boots-on-the-ground situation.
Yeah.
And so we lost needless lives to that shift of mentality. And you can draw direct lines from that Battle of Mogadishu, this Black Hawk Down incident, and how that one day changed 30 plus fucking years of war fighting in an American policy. And it just goes to show you how we react as a country and how slow moving of a train we are.
Yeah.
It takes so much to change our direction, and once it's done, it takes so much to try to change it a different fucking direction. It takes so long and so many losses and so much pain and hate and anger and people speaking out before we're able to slowly turn that back.
Yeah.
And whether you agree with it on a moral level or not, it is a factual encumberment that we have to carry with us as we walk down this line. Some of us are around the same age. One of us is from a younger point of view. Ron, Ragnar, do you guys remember the American reaction when the Battle of Mogadishu hit?
No, I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't. No.
Okay. It was all over the fucking news. It was. And how shocking it was, to the people to feel that as a whole. Because we were walking through, even though
I'm like I said, I'm learning a lot just from this episode alone.
Even Vietnam, the news did a great job overall painting the picture that we weren't getting our fucking asses handed to us.
Vietnam painted a very, very, so very fucking beautiful picture of the war.
It did.
And it painted a very beautiful picture of POWs, being treated very
poorly.
Nicely. The news.
Oh, the news did.
The news did.
Right.
Yes. You know, they were well kept, fed, clean, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
And I don't mean to say blah 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 as a disrespect to anyone in that era, but that wasn't the fucking case. And this war here, it showed the news. It showed our service members being fucking drugged through the streets of Mogadishu.
Yeah.
And
see that shit on the fucking television.
Yeah.
To see videos of American servicemen being dragged and mutilated through the streets of a foreign fucking country.
You may not say it.
Oh my God.
Of a fucking shithole.
Yeah.
All right. Of a fucking country. And
that we were told we're there to do the morally right thing.
Yeah. We're there to fucking help. And, you're only told so much of a job, of a mission, of whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you follow it until the job is done, but you're given from X to Y. So that's what you know. You may not be given Z because Z is the other. I don't.
That's somebody else's fucking.
That's somebody else's job.
Yep.
So you have your job. You fill it to the best of your ability. You still get shitted on for it.
Okay, I want to say Vietnam was probably the first American involved battlefront that we did not have full support of the American people to do what needed to be done to secure victory.
Yeah, I would say so because there's so you have
Korea before Vietnam, which we were given, access. Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah,
all right, plain and simple. World War II, do what you got to fucking do.
Yep,
to fucking end these fucking bastards. World War I, do what you got to fucking do.
Yeah.
All right, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth.
Yep.
All right. Vietnam having
started the political reign.
Yes. We could have ended Vietnam a lot quicker and a lot fucking harder if we were not as concerned as the American people of their visceral reaction to the civilian casualties that would have had to be involved.
Yeah.
And it would have ended a lot fucking differently.
If they cared more about the American people than the foreign people, it would have resulted.
I wouldn't even say the American people, the American ideals, I would say.
But see, I don't see that. And that's the thing, because back then,
we were framing it as communists back in Vietnam.
Yeah.
We were framing it under that guise, and we need to stop communism. We need to stop. Otherwise, it'll start a domino effect, and other countries will fucking fall.
Yeah.
And, all right. And yes, America was a democracy, but so were so many other fucking countries that we were like, all right, this is the right way it should be. We're valuing our people, valuing their opinions, and shit like that. Freedom of this, freedom of that, whatever. The battle, the idea of communism was the big bad in the fucking corner.
Yeah.
And if we haven't given full bore to do what it took to take down the communist leaders at the time in a quick and decisive manner, then we would have walked away from it. But the American people couldn't swallow the idea of civilian casualties to the level it was going to take.
No, they definitely couldn't.
Yeah, we would have had to gone into North Korea or North Vietnam in a very aggressive stance and not stop where we did.
Yeah.
And be willing to do what we did in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Maybe not nukes, but
definitely not nukes.
But just to go full bore, shock their entire country into saying, "Oh fuck no! Oh fuck no! We're not doing this. No, no." But we didn't, because we didn't have the support of the American people. which I'm not saying is right or wrong. It's just we did not. We're supposed to be the moral high ground, and we weren't willing to get down in the mud the way it would have taken. And that decision is what cost even more lives than if we had just gone full bore from the beginning, like we should have.
Pretty fucking much.
And it dragged out that situation. And that's what Clinton was worried about, that Somalia, that other peacekeeping missions for the UN would have been a bloody, long, drawn out situation that we were not able to go against and take the chance of civilian levels of casualties, quote unquote civilians, even though in those environments you're seeing a lot of child soldiers, you're seeing a lot of women, you're seeing a lot of what was typically concerned as non-combatants picking up arms against us. And
then it was definitely a and even still now,
very much now
when you and I were in, you had to deal, it's kind of the same thing of you have to literally distinguish between, are you going to pick up arms or are you not?
Yeah.
So it's kind of it is a catch-22.
And they even showed that where I forget which.
No, it was at the very end. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was at the end when the black guy.
Please don't do it.
When
don't
he was
do
telling,
it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then the other guy, the other soldier,
did what fucking needed to be done.
Boom.
Yep.
Popped it right in the fucking head.
Yep.
He did what he needed to be done.
It wasn't even a guy; it was a woman.
No,
it was a male soldier.
It was a female picking up the arms.
It was a female picking up the arms.
And becoming a combatant. What they were talking about is his battle buddy.
Yeah. He popped her in the head and ended it.
And that shows that even the American soldier, the black gentleman that you're referring to, even then had a moral fucking issue of praying that he wasn't having to take down this female, even though he was seeing her doing what he knew was going to be a dangerous situation to him and his brethren. Morally, he was conflicted by this situation, even though she was turning herself into a combatant. She absolutely was turning herself into a combatant at the fucking time.
He needed justification to pull that trigger.
Yeah. And that was still so fucking hard for him. But the other soldier was able to realize, no, she is a combatant. Plain and simple, needs to be taken off the board.
Yep.
And that he did what needed to be done. But it just goes to show you that even our own military has problems with the combatant issues of quote unquote civilians because of how mucky everything is.
It's not even civilian. It is women and children is what it is.
Which is what we traditionally accept as when we're going to a war theater. We traditionally accept, so you have fighting age males, quote unquote. All right. We accept them as a higher combat threat than, females or children. We accept them automatically as higher threats.
Yeah.
If he saw if the same gentleman saw Joe Blow, walking up in his fucking, male garbs and getting ready to bend down and pick up that fucking weapon, he would have had no problem pulling the fucking trigger.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. But the fact that it was this time a female or it could have potentially been a child in another situation is even he was morally praying that not to have to make that decision.
So stereotypically, yes, it is the male combatants that we have to worry about. Mm-hmm. And normally a male figure, you don't think of female and children as a threat, as a combatant. They're not going to pick up arms and start shooting at you, throwing grenades, launching RPGs at you. You don't think of that. So it literally takes you the amount of time of it did him to don't do it, for her to grab the weapon, and then, his partner blows your head off.
I firmly believe that if his battle buddy wasn't there,
he probably would.
He would have gotten shot. He would have shot. He would have been shot. Plain and simple. He was the hesitation that he was showing.
I mean, that being said,
I think somebody would have gotten shot.
He was.
I don't necessarily believe it would have been him, though.
Yeah, I don't think
he was
would have
following rules of engagement, but
Yeah.
at the same time, his response time his
Way
reaction
off.
time was way too.
If
slow.
he was following rules of engagement, the second he saw her bending over, he would have fucking opened.
He would have
that
had
goddamn
himself
fucking
at
round.
high ready.
All right, he didn't have himself prepared.
No,
he was not ready to deal with the situation, and that's when you fall back onto the training that is given to all of our service personnel. That it's either do it or fucking don't do it. It's a matter of literal life or fucking death. The fact that you had this female, morally, it was so questionable to him. It was going against even his core training. It would have cost him everything because of what in his mind was the moral obligation.
It would have cost him everyone.
Yeah. And it was that moral obligation, which goes to show you that morality. And I will also make the argument then that for the female who was picking up the arms, she was seeing this hostile invader who was taking down her friends and family.
Yeah.
And so she was doing what she morally thought was right to pick up arms against this hostile invader. So whether it's right or it's wrong, in the big picture, it comes down to which side of the coin are you at?
Yeah, because it's so you have the U.S. American side, the U.S. Armed Forces side of it, who's telling you their story, and then you have the opposite side. You have the Somali people who are telling their side of the story.
Exactly.
So you were literally caught in the middle of figuring out what side do you want to believe.
Yes. And it's such a horrible fucking place to be in.
It is, because they're both personal recounts.
Yeah, which is why it was Hoop who said earlier in the film that once those bullets start flying, it doesn't matter your politics.
No.
It doesn't fucking matter, what side you believe in. It matters what you do.
Yeah.
At that fucking point.
And that is the truest statement and truest fact that that could be said of anyone that has in any sort of form. Once bullets fly, dude, fucking 9 times out of 10, those rules go out the fucking window. And one of the funniest lines in the movie, which is actually kind of funny that there is a funny line, is when Tom Sizemore, when they first get out of the fucking Humvees and they're all shooting at him. Well, they're shooting at us, sir. Shoot back. Fuck. It's not rocket science. You don't need permission to shoot back.
I remember in basic in the Air Force, they had this thing called Scorpion Week. All right, so where you go out into the desert of San Antonio and basically spend a week in a simulated desert environment. You're out in tents. You're just seeing if you've learned all the rules of engagement that they taught you. And you're given these little gay ass fucking flashlights with fucking like cones on them to simulate fucking weapons and shit like that. And you'd flash your fucking little gay ass fucking flashlight to simulate a shot. All right, so the sergeants were given the duty of invading people into the base. So one of the rules is you got to identify people coming in, and question them to see if they have a right to be there, see if they have the right, code to respond, and to see if they are friendly or not. So I remember my TI coming through, somebody questioning him, and the TI just immediately shooting him. That dude's dead. The next guy questioning him, TI just immediately shooting him. Next guy questioning him, looking for, call and response, TI shooting him, dead. Starts coming to me. I just immediately start fucking flashing my flashlight at him, like, fuck this. I don't want to die. And the TI's like, Airman. I almost said my fucking name. Airman, why'd you shoot me? You shot them. I mean,
you're kind of the fucking bad guy.
You kind of proven you're hostile. He's like, exactly. And then he's questioned the airman that he shot before him. He's like, why didn't you shoot me? We were looking for the proper response. And it's just going back to what Tom Sizemore is like, all right, they're shooting at me. What do? You shoot back. And it's just that simple, realistically, we think it's common sense when we're looking at it from, 100 yards back. But when you're in that military mindset, the military training, you are embedded with the rules of engagement and, trying to follow the proper protocol. And
your hands are very fucking tied.
Exactly. And how bluntly Tom Sizemore's character just put it out there. It's like, they shoot at you, you can shoot back. Yeah. It's okay.
Yep.
All right. Just matter-of-factly, bluntly. And so I just wanted to throw that little anecdote in. All right. So this episode's been going on for a while. So let's go ahead and get to the wrap-up portion. Let's get everybody's pint reviews, enjoyment and critical of this film, starting with you, Chase.
I'm going to give it a 5 and a 5. Critically, it was put together fantastically. They stuck with the most true to data possible.
Absolutely.
They paid homage. They credited the fallen soldiers. They made sure that this story was well told. And honestly, I think that every single actor that played their role knocked it out of the park.
And I don't think there was a single main character.
No, there wasn't. The
Josh
main
Hartnett
character
may have been on
the main character.
The movie poster.
Yeah.
Right. The main character was the service members.
Yes.
It was all the soldiers.
In total.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 on literally every single actor for what they were portraying. Mm-hmm. And it was absolutely a fantastic storytelling. It was a fantastically accurate portrayal to what the public is aware of and deems to be able to be aware of. And enjoyability, I'm not going to say this is an enjoyable film. You're not supposed to be able to sit there and be happy through it all.
No.
It does what it's supposed to do. It shows you the nitty gritty. It shows you the rawness.
It shows you what war is like.
Exactly. It shows you how it changes people. It shows you the absolute trauma that is affected psychologically on everybody else. And not to forget Michael Durant, the pilot, who he lived through this after having 11 days in captivity with the Somalians. And I believe he lives to this day.
He does.
Haunted with this issue, what he was put through. And I must say, just 5 out of 5 on critical and enjoyment. It was very well told, very well done.
I would agree with Chase. For a critical, it is a 5. Altogether, it's a 5. I mean, the movie was well made. It shows what war is really like, especially for the modern age. When you have Saving Private Ryan from Steven Spielberg, that would show the World War II in the realistic way, and that would be a 5 for that. But enjoyment, I'd give it a 4.5, and the reason why is because, like I said, this movie, as Chase says, is not to be enjoyed. This is a powerful movie. It's a very intense movie. It shows what war is like. It's not something you can enjoy. So I that's why I can't rate it a 5 for enjoyment, because it's not something that I would like, oh man, I'm going to watch this all the time. This is something just to show you the side of war, to show what these soldiers went through, and the teamwork that they have, the not leaving no man behind, and everything else. I think this is a great, powerful film. I think it's probably one of the best modern war films out there. But like I said, the enjoyment, it's just got to be. It's just a half a point down, just because I can't enjoy this all the time. This is something I can't watch all the time. But for critical, it is definitely a 5. It is the making of this movie was amazing. The fact that the director Ridley Scott put him through boot camp, which is kind of a normal routine through a lot of directors when they do war movies now, but it shows how they are with soldiers, how to man a gun and everything else. But all the actors, they did their roles perfectly. They portrayed, and like you said, the movie poster does show Josh Hartnett on the screen. So everybody, when they see that movie poster, it's a movie about Josh Hartnett and during the Black Hawk Down era. But no, it's not. It's about all the soldiers, all of them, every one of them. And it's got like a side story for almost everybody. It shows it's a very fair movie. It shows all the soldier sides. So that's basically how I would give this critical 5 and enjoyment 4.5. How about you, Ragnar?
4.5. Enjoyment. Actually, no, I take that back. Critically, 5. Enjoyment, kind of a fucking tough one.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't go with the 5 on that one. Because it's not an enjoyable film. It's
no, it is. The film itself is
appreciable.
Is very enjoyable.
That's why I love how we do the 2-pint reviews now, because it gives you a better side.
Because just because of knowing what went on and knowing the aspect of what those men had to fucking go through, had to fucking deal with. Literally each individual had their own part in the whole show, in the whole mission, the actual mission. I give it a 5. I really do, because been there, done that, and I know what it's like. So I give it a 5 because they did what they needed to fucking do. They did the mission and they came home. Some did the best they could to get their guys home. Before I end my little rant, the men I want to actually, I need to honor and pay homage to are the individuals that gave the ultimate sacrifice for where we are now. Many individuals believe that one person doesn't change the world. I kind of say, fuck you. One person can change the world. And for us, Chief Warrant Officer Donovan Lee Bull Briley, Staff Sergeant Daniel Daryl Bush, Specialist James Manuel Cavoco, Staff Sergeant William David Bill Cleveland Jr., Staff Sergeant Thomas Joseph Tommy Field, Sergeant First Class Earl Robert Fillmore Jr., Chief Warrant Officer 4 Raymond Alex Frank, Gary Ivan Gordon, Cornell Lamont Houston, Sergeant James Casey Joyce, Specialist Richard Wayne Alphabet Kowalski Jr., Private First Class James Henry Martin Jr., Master Sergeant Timothy Lynn Grizz Martin, Sergeant Dominic Michael Pilla, Sergeant First Class Matthew Lorraine Matt Rearson, Sergeant First Class Matthew Lorraine Rearson, Sergeant Lorenzo Manuel Ruiz, Randall David Sugar, Corporal James Edgar Jamie Smith Jr., and Chief Warrant Officer Clifton Philip Elvis Walcott. Those men paid the ultimate sacrifice to our nation. And I pay a heavy heart to those individuals and their families that I thank you for their service. I pay thank you to the individuals who did not make it home. It is with a heavy heart that they could not be here today to enjoy our drink and enjoy our conversation and enjoy some of ours bullshit back and forth, which they would only understand. And we will see you again, brother. I love you. And
fuck you. God damn. Shit. Thank you, Ragnar. Honestly. Thank you, brother. I appreciate taking that time to honor our fallen brethren and the sacrifices that they made. I also want to say thank you to the over 70 plus who were injured on that day. Thank you to all the families and support members, to everybody else who went through that. Like I said, it's not any one soldier. It's not any one company, battalion, any one team. It takes everybody. And yes, those fine American soldiers paid the ultimate price that day, but the pain and the scars from that battle carried on through numerous other people, including ones who we don't even have the names and the data for, who unfortunately could not deal with the scars from that day and took their own lives. And anybody who is going through that, anybody who is suffering with the burden that is asked to put upon every American soldiers, airmen, sailors, Marines, Coast Guard, even the Space Force's Guardians now, which is a weird fucking name. I'm sorry. I'm going to judge the shit out of y'all. But anybody who's
still trying to figure out what y'all
it's fucking weird, right?
I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Guardians of the Galaxy, man.
Yeah, I know. Fucking goddamn Guardians.
Where's Chris Pratt?
But anybody who's having to deal with this stuff, please know you're not alone. No. You're not by yourselves. Reach out. There's resources for all of us to talk to. Please utilize the resources we have. And I will say the overall support system, the VA, even all the civilian support system that's built in now is getting better every single fucking day.
Literally, if nothing else, just reach out to like Drinking Bros on Facebook. It's almost entirely vets. Like
yes,
there's someone you can talk to.
And I no matter what film we're covering, what skirmish, battle, theater of war that we're dealing with throughout this series, just know that all of these go to you guys. And thank you so much for all you have given to the American way of life. Thank you so much, sincerely. All right. God damn, that was fucking serious. All right.
It was good, though.
It was. All right. So my review, critically.
Both y'all's were great. I mean, seriously. Great dedication.
Critically, I'm going to give it a 5. There's not a single fucking thing about this film that I felt could be changed to make it better. The acting, on point. Cinematography, on point. Score, on point. Everything just felt so perfect for the story it was telling, the truth that it was trying to convey to us. Enjoyment level, that's a kind of a nebulous thing. I think we've all had problems kind of trying to sum this up.
That's the hardest part for me.
I think it's a film that deserves to be seen by all of us. It's a film that should be damn near mandatory fucking viewing. Now, is it a film you should watch all the fucking time?
No.
Fuck no. Just because of the
Remember
real.
when fucking Kim Coates got fucking launched?
Yes.
Out of the UN vehicle?
Yeah.
In half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I'm going to say, just for the fact that of how much it deserves to be seen for telling its truth and the respect that deserves to be honored to every single character in this film and how honestly it told that story. I'm going to give it a 5. Like I said, enjoyment is a very nebulous fucking word. And this is one of those films that.
Would you say a different word instead of enjoyment then?
There is nothing that I would say I would regret that I saw this film. There is nothing that I would, in my mind, take away from this film or say that I wish I had watched something else. Like the Mandy Moore film, What Dreams May Come, or whatever the fuck it was called. Or
what?
The one that you were fucking talking about that you saw on the double date with Sammy. Whatever that Mandy Moore film was.
No, that's a Walk to Remember.
A Walk to Remember. Okay, whatever the fuck it was
that
called.
had Mandy Moore in it.
All right. No, this film deserved to be seen.
Dreams May Come. That's the first episode we did of the year.
You're right. Okay. Excuse me for not remembering a fucking Mandy Moore film title. Fuck you. All right. No, it's this like I said, this should be one of those films that is required viewing to every American.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, to respect the sacrifices that were made, by our American brethren, and to understand the sacrifice that is asked for every one of our service members and their families, and to give a better appreciation of freedom's not free.
Yeah.
It's not. Whether it's here or across the fucking world, sacrifices is what allows us to have the ability to do what we do. Sacrifice is what allows us to have the ability to freedom speech, to protest, to speak our minds, be who we are. It takes the sacrifices of our American servicemen and women. And this right here, even though by all metrics it was a massive fucking defeat of an operation, to show what we as Americans should do in that overwhelming odds, that massive overwhelming force, that we still do what's asked of us, that we do not leave anybody behind. It doesn't matter. This film shows that. I give this a 5 out of 5 on critical, a 5 out of 5 on what we're best saying is enjoyment.
That makes me feel bad about my review now.
Yeah, you should.
But
you should. You're a piece of shit.
But I wasn't going in that. No, but I wasn't going for that. I was going for enjoyment, and I'd like to watch this all the time. But if I were to change the enjoyment to accuracy, then I'd get it a 5.
I'm not even just saying pure accuracy. I'm just saying it's something that should be seen.
Yes.
All right.
So this is a very hard one.
Okay, enjoyment
Schindler's
or
List.
accuracy.
See, that's even worse.
Yeah, Schindler's List. Do you enjoy watching Schindler's List?
No. Do you regret watching it at all?
No. Exactly. That's what I said. Enjoyment is a very.
That's why I feel like
word.
I feel like if for the war series we should make a different pint review in place of enjoyment for something else. I mean, do you?
No, because I think this is probably the most accurate of all of our films that we're going to do. We're starting out with, I really think that the toughest, most hardest hitting of all the films, and I think we're going to kind of go from the hardest to the, depending on our release schedule, to the easiest and realistically in the biggest way we're looking at it. This
is the hardest one out of all of them.
I think we're ending on. Are we ending on the Patriot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fury is going to be the second
and
one.
The Patriot is.
Well, this one here I think is going to be the most recent one out of all of them.
I don't even think it's recent, but I think even the most truthful is probably this. Patriot. Well, Patriot is a flat out
It's a fictional. That's a fiction story.
I think it's going to go the most 100% truth to getting less and less,
depending on how it's released.
Yeah.
Fury's the next one, and that's a fictional story right there that takes place during a reality, a real thing that happened. Yes, a factual event. So,
because in reality, if we're going with reality towards fiction-wise, in newer to older, it would be Black Hawk Down, and then Midway.
Yeah.
And then,
You're right. You're right.
Fury.
Then Patriot.
No.
We got Memphis Belle and Flags of Our Fathers.
Memphis Belle right after that one.
Oh, wait.
Then Flags of Our Father, and then Patriot.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is an amazing film telling a pivotal time in American history, especially modern history, that you felt the shock waves of this single event, and for 30 plus years, afterwards. And I want to go ahead and wrap this up with one final monologue from
Hoots.
character Hoot, and I think it basically sums up the mentality of the American serviceman.
Absolutely does.
And I want to thank you all for taking the time for you guys who stuck with us through this very different episode of Barrel Age Flicks. While we paid respect, in the first of our War is Hell series, in honor of our American servicemen and women. Thank you guys so much, and we hope you give us the opportunity for the next episode, which will be Fury, hosted by Ron.
What?
Wait, I thought you were hoping. Who's on Fury?
Lenny.
Lenny?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were.
I'm doing Memphis Belle.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
It shows you how much I give a fuck about what Ron does.
You motherfucker. Yeah, to add that in.
Yeah,
you did that on purpose.
Really?
Yeah, you did. Fucking ass.
All right, but thank you guys again, seriously, from the bottomest, deepest part of the cockles of my heart, the sub cockles, you might say. I appreciate everybody, and thank you, and please take these next few words, to heart.
When I go home, people ask me, "Hey, Hoot, why do you do it, man? Why? You some kind of war junkie?" I won't say a goddamn word. Why? They won't understand. They won't understand why we do it. They won't understand it's about the men next to you. And that's it. That's all it is.
Hey guys, this is Ron. Thank you for listening to our podcast, Barrel Age Flicks. We are excited to kick off the new year with upcoming episodes of VAF, The Small Batch, Sammy Selects, and The Tasting Room. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Our podcast only exists because of listeners like you. To find other great shows, head over to theden.show. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.